Welcome back to another episode of Primetime AI. Uh, I am TJ. Today, your host. I also have Free in the right corner, and then I also have King Jr. at the bottom. So, like I said, I always want to give my co-host their flowers while we here. As you know, Free is a three-time World USA Flag champion. Three times he has the rings in his house. He likes to deny it, but he has three of them things. It's hard to win. I've been here a couple times. And it's hard to win, so he got three of them things. Don't look like that. Don't look like that. We don't try many times. And then at the bottom, I got King Jr., a four-time basketball varsity military champ. One, two, three, four on the same level as Stephen Curry, LeBron James. Four-time champ though. Hey, look, that's his accomplishments, man. It's good to have on your belt. Let you know that they know something about sports. You know what I'm saying? People are out here playing it, but they ain't winning nothing. As I like to say for myself, because I ain't got nothing to show for it right now. But it's all good though. You know, I'm gonna win me something eventually. I'm gonna bring something home.
We're gonna get you one in August, bro.
It's all good. We get one in August, hopefully. You know what I'm saying? When we go out there in Vegas. But today episode, we are going to talk about LeBron James opting in for his final Lakers contract, the moves that are going on in the NBA. What do y'all think that's, as far as get y'all opinion, what y'all think is out there going on? I'm going to talk about the Steelers and how the way they made a couple trades. A couple trades going on in the AFC North. How it's looking. And who do y'all think is the number one quarterback going into the 2025 season that is coming up? It's all right. So the first topic we're going to talk about today is the NBA offseason, right? So this summer's free agent market is already buzzing with big names on the move. As we know, Damian Lillard just got cut by the Bucks, which was a very surprising move. I wasn't expecting that. I don't know about y'all. I really wasn't expecting that. You still got Russell Westbrook that's still on the market. Jonathan Kuminga that's still in trade rumors. I think right now what's going on is the Sacramento Kings are kind of pushing hard, trying to get him. So you got a lot of stuff that's going on right now. My first question for King Jr.: which free agent move has the biggest chance to change a team's playoff fortune? For what you've seen so far.
I'm not gonna lie, that's tough. There's still a lot of moves like people are trying to make. I know Golden State's trying to get a couple people in, like with trades and stuff like that. But as much as I hate to admit it, I mean, I guess the people who made the best moves so far that I've seen, probably the Rockets. Um, Everybody else, like the Bucks, picked up Miles Turner, which to me personally, like the Pacers let him go for a reason. Even though they made the championship, he wasn't really like a huge impact. He wasn't consistent, and that's not a move that's going to keep Giannis there for sure. Um, the Bucks let go of Damian Lillard, but that's because they had to make room for other people's contracts. I guess as we see now. Who else has made moves? I mean, the Lakers they picked up a center,
Trash.
DeAndre Ayton. Not gonna lie, they
Trash.
I'm not gonna say anybody's trash, but I just don't think that helps them. Personally, I think as much as I hate the trade that Houston did because it kind of like destroys their future for a little bit. I mean, it is the best trade for them if they're trying to win now. So like we'll see. In the next 2 years, if they don't have a ring, then it was all for naught. But I'm gonna go with the Rockets.
What about you, Free? What you think?
Yo, man. The Rockets, them boys over there, that team looking a little scary over there, looking nice on paper. I think they've won it so far.
Well, I'm gonna say is like you said, it ain't really been a big move. I think when we was talking later in this week, like Free was saying that free agency has been very weird on how everything has been going down. Uh, but this free agency though, it was really a weak class, I guess you could say. It wasn't really a lot of big name players. that was really in free agency this year. As a Lakers fan, I ain't been rocking with the Lakers since LeBron been there. I've been with them since 2099 when they lost to the Spurs in the playoffs and stuff like that to Tim Duncan when they won that year. So I just want to let y'all know, me personally, DeAndre Ayton, he doesn't really move the needle for the Lakers. Just me personally, it is a better upgrade than them having Jackson Hayes as their starting center, but uh, DeAndre Ayton, I mean, what average about 15, maybe 10 rebounds a game. Defense ain't really that good, and we need a defensive center. You know what I'm saying? That's what we lost. Even though we traded and got Luka, but we lost that defensive anchor in the paint when we traded away AD. So I mean, other than the names, we didn't have the money, but it would have been good if we could have got Miles Turner. Um, due to the fact that he averaged the same about DeAndre Ayton, but he's a more better defensive player in my opinion. Um, Damian Lillard, I think the Bucks could have went that in a different way, but they also kind of set him up too, because I mean, what he's going to get paid 22.5 million for the next 5 years.
Yes,
I
sir.
mean, he can pretty much sign anywhere. So my next question to you would be, what would be the best fit for him once he recover from his injury? What are the top 3 teams that you think that will fit best for him? I'm gonna start with Free. Where you think he should go? Top 3 teams.
I mean, that's kind of hard to tell. He basically missed most of this year, so I mean, I think he should just be patient and wait to sign. Make sure he gonna make a full recovery first, and then just go from there and see where teams are standing now. Because I mean, you go sign with the Celtics or whatever, you don't know how just Tatum going to recover from his LA. You don't know who's gonna be there after this year. I don't know, brother. I just will wait. I will wait a little bit of time before just see how it plays out. Just see how the year plays out.
What is his contract? Like, what's he still getting owed? What's he still owed?
Talking about
22.5
Damian Lillard,
for the
twenty-two
next
point
5 years.
five.
I think like 113 in total or something like that.
Jesus Christ.
He getting
If I
paid.
was him, I'm not gonna lie. Once I get healthy, go hop on one of these contending teams for the vet minimum, bro, and just ball out. Because you already getting a guaranteed money right now. You already gonna get paid for the next couple years.
Yeah.
Go hop on a team, try to get you a chip. That way you can kind of recover. You can still hoop, but everything's not riding your shoulders. So your body can like recuperate the way it needs to. That's what I said. Teams that'd be good fit for him, honestly.
You better not take mine.
um,
They see we on the same level.
honestly, I would say it's tough. Honestly, the Mavericks right now, because Kyrie's still hurt. I mean, they
But
both
they
hurt.
gonna be on the same length though.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if he was healthy, he could go to the Mavericks right now.
They signed
Long term is
D'Angelo
tough.
Russell. So
You said what?
I said they had signed D'Angelo Russell. So even if he was healthy, I mean, it's a little too late for that. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, honestly, I don't even know, bro. Cause
I could tell you.
who?
And I was telling Jordan. No, I was talking to a friend of mine. I don't think I told Jordan. But
You told
just
me.
honestly, if he want to go to a contender, and I don't know about fit. I think it might work, but I think if he was healthy and a contender, he would need to go to. I would say Minnesota because they need a point guard. I would move Mike Conley to the bench and have him starting, and that way
To
Anthony
Rob.
Edwards has a for sure bucket getter because he needs somebody else that's going to go and get the
Going?
bucket.
You said go where? The
Minnesota.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think so. You gotta think about it. I think so. They're still. I want to
I think it.
say.
Oh, that'd be tough though.
You think so? Because look
Anthony
now.
Anthony Edwards is like he don't move off the ball.
He's
Who?
Anthony
extremely
Edwards,
ball
like, you give me the
dominant.
ball, he goes. I'm gonna go hoop. I'm gonna go score. But when it comes to like off ball movement, he kind of just sits there. So like, yes, him sitting there, he was still like you still gotta respect him. He's gonna draw that defender. So Dame would have a little bit more, like he would have one less defender to worry about. But as far as like offensive chemistry, that'd be interesting to see how that would play out. It could definitely work.
It could
But as
definitely
far
work.
as it's just I feel like the Minnesota is a playmaker in a floor general way. I don't feel like Dame is a playmaker in a floor general. He's just a hooper. Like he's gonna go get you buckets.
So I know Vincent said that it will work, but nobody don't want to go to that market. Which I understand that nobody want to go to Minnesota. I get it, the market, but you got to think about it though. You
You're already
still
getting
got
paid.
a young team around you, though. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? At the end of the day, and plus, I think with Dame right now, I really don't think it's all about the market for him. And that's just me thinking because look, he played in Portland for a very long time. If he wanted to go to a big market, he would have been left Portland a long time ago and actually played for it. You know what I'm saying? Like a big market. This man got traded to Milwaukee. You know what I'm saying? Milwaukee is not a big market at all. You know what I'm saying? He still was hooping like he, you know what I'm saying, wanted to and do what he's doing. So I think that if the market doesn't really matter to him, Vincent, I think that he should go to Minnesota and play for them because you got to think about it. When you look at it on the West and the East side, there's not a really bunch of teams that he could choose from as far as if he want to start right. In the East, I did mention Miami, but you know Miami don't really have they don't really have a good constructive team. But he could go there and be the alpha dog. You know what I'm saying? And if he was healthy during this time, you know what I'm saying, with Tyrese and Jason Tatum got hurt and stuff like that, I feel like Miami, if he was playing with them, I feel like they could be like in the middle tier of the Eastern Conference, right? I feel
Even
like he
when
could put
he's
them over
stuck
that
there,
hump.
they wouldn't. They're not prevalent. They are.
You
I
said
don't
what,
think
Jordan?
they'd be a healthy Boston Celtics team.
No, I'm
When
saying like with Jason Tatum being hurt right now, I think with Dame on there, I think they could be in the middle tier of the, you know what I'm saying, of the conference.
Dame and just Tatum
You
got
know,
hurt like weeks
you know
apart.
where else he could go?
This whole
I
Where
think I think he'd be a good little fit for Orlando. They need a consistent scoring guard. And he could be there for them.
that's why they got Desmond Bain.
yeah, that's the reason
But
why they
Desmond Bain is an off ball. He's not an on ball scorer. So if you get now think of it, you got Lillard, Desmond Bain. I don't know who they would put at their small forward. Probably Franz Wagner or
got
whoever.
friends.
Yeah, they got
Then
Wagner.
you got that boy who's a bucket,
He's okay.
Paolo.
I'm just playing. I'm just kidding. Just
Oh,
kidding.
I was like, all right, my fault. And then like put their center in there. Because their team is already a scrappy team that plays defense. So now you got Jalen Suggs and Desmond Bain both playing those minutes. Jalen Suggs is gonna come in as a 6 man and play those hard defensive minutes, get you some buckets when you need it. But now you have a consistent go-to on-ball scorer to kind of free up the room for Paolo and for Desmond Bain. I think that'll work for him too. And like I said, he's already getting paid. Like he really don't need to go and get another crazy contract.
Yeah, I agree. He really
So
don't.
let me ask you this. If he's healthy, do y'all think that he still gets waived?
Nah, I don't think so. But I feel like
I
there's more
don't I don't know.
to the story though.
Personally, I think Milwaukee realized that they messed up
It was a bad
with
fit.
trading to get him. And they were like, well, now he's hurt. Let's just go ahead and try to cut our losses and open up the position spot.
But I mean, even if he's healthy, they could have just opened up a position spot, you know?
So
I definitely agree. But if he's healthy, you kind of can trade him. Like now that he's hurt, everybody's gonna be like, he's hurt. We got good young talent coming into the league. They like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Plus his contract is kind of hefty. I'm probably not trading for that.
Send him to Phoenix. Get the ball out.
The
Vincent
only the
said
only
that with
problem
him
the
and
only problem I have with him going somewhere like that, like Phoenix or Minnesota, is that those teams already have a go-to scorer. Those teams just need a playmaker. Well, and a big, but they need a playmaker.
I think
And
Phoenix.
Dame,
I think they just need a secondary ball handler. Devin Booker.
but that's why
they had
they got
secondary
Jalen
ball
Green.
handlers.
That's why they
Bill's
traded
a
for Jalen
secondary
Green.
ball handler. KD is secondary ball
Yeah,
handler.
true.
It doesn't work, bro. Let Booker be Booker and get buckets. Give
He's not
him
a
a
point guard,
playmaker.
I
and that's
don't
what they.
think but you know too, they was trying to fit in that Miles Turner contract and so they had to cut Dame
Yeah,
in order to sign him, which I thought was
do you still
stupid.
cut him to go get Miles Turner?
Because now that you look at that Milwaukee's team, besides Giannis, that's going to average probably 28 and up next year, who else is going to be helping him with the scoring load? I mean, you got some good supporting role players, but I just don't think you can replace that kind of
That's if Giannis is even on the team.
true.
Yeah.
True. So if he is on the team, I don't think you could replace what Dame was giving Milwaukee. You know what I'm saying? Averaging 23 and up a night. You know what I'm saying? 23 a game. You know, I don't think nobody's gonna be able to replace that. You can have all the good role players in the world, but I just don't.
Their
I think it's gonna be
their
hard trying to
problem,
replace that.
I say Milwaukee's problem is the same thing that the Lakers did. They won a chip and then they blew up their team.
Yeah, that was dumb.
Like that I've never ever seen that before. It's like, yeah, we got a chip with this core. All right, let's start putting them in other places. Like what? No, I'm
They
keeping
took
the
Drew
core.
Holiday. Let's call. They
You
should
said
have
what?
kept no matter what. They should have kept Drew Holiday. No matter what.
Bro, Drew Holiday has 2 rings now.
They should have
Because
kept him.
the role he plays, bro, you can a dominant two-way playmaker is rare in the league right now with healthy players, healthy and consistent players. A dominant two-way playmaking guard at the 1 is rare. Now all the point guards barely play make and they're more scoring threats. That's just what it is now. Like, so to have that was like that kept them consistent. And then Chris Middleton was another dude who averaged a good amount of points for them. And they just
That's
Yeah,
flowed through.
he was just hurt,
been a
man. He
glass
couldn't
ceiling.
stay healthy though. You know
They
what I'm
gotta
saying?
get
He
rid of
was
Kyle
injury
Kuzma.
prone the last 2 years. You know what I'm saying? So I could kind of see why, but I felt like they should never trade him for Kyle Kuzma though, because Kyle Kuzma is not the
Yeah.
fit for that team, bro, at all.
Kyle
Like
Kuzma plays the same position as Giannis.
that
No,
too, but
he don't.
it just his fit with them is just well. I mean,
Kyle
granted, he did get traded during the deadline, so I mean it's gonna take time, but his fit just didn't seem right at all. Like it for them to go, like you said, give away Chris Middleton. I feel like it was a guaranteed bucket if he was healthy for Kyle Kuzma, and it just, oh my god, I don't know what to say about him. He didn't really play well at all in the playoffs at all, at all. Even during the regular season when he got traded to them, I just don't think
But I
he
can't
averaged
talk. I mean, the
15.
Lakers did it too, though, so I can't talk.
He averaged
Lakers
15.
had 2 big men, and then was like, "Oh, AD's our only big man. We'll get rid of everybody else."
that was dumb, bro. That was
Everybody's
really
trying to beat
dumb.
that second apron, man.
Trying to be what?
That apron. They trying to stay out of the second apron.
I understand it,
So is
but
Boston
like,
done too? 'Cause they just
so what?
traded all of their talent, all of their extra help.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. Well, no, Boston didn't trade their core though. They still got White. They still got Tatum. They still got Brown.
Just
Uh,
Drew
and they
Holiday
still
is
got
just the core is Derek White.
nah. Drew Holiday was somebody they picked up because you got. Hold on, I get it. Drew Holiday helped them get a ring, but Drew Holiday wasn't a part of the core that's been to the finals multiple times. They had White. They had Tatum. They had Brown. And they had that little backup point guard.
Peyton
Like they
Pritchard,
have,
smooth
yeah,
brain.
they have majority of their core, and they've just been shifting pieces. I am surprised they let Al Horford go though.
They want too much money.
Well, I feel like you know, God, what is his name? The GM for is it Brad Stevens?
Yep.
I feel like with Tatum out next year, I feel like he's like, all right, let's just gonna blow it up because we're already over the second apron. So let's go in and, you know,
Try to offload.
get ready, yeah, offload as much as we can because we know that next year is not gonna be a good year. So let's go in and offload some of these contracts, and try to
Why
get under
wouldn't
the
we though?
second
You
apron
still
so
got
we
Jalen
won't get
Brown.
penalized. And then when Jason Tatum do come back next year, because I ain't gonna lie, I did see a theory on Facebook. I won't say a theory, but somebody has basically said, "Hey, like Boston's pretty much gonna tank, and if they sign Dame Lillard with Jason and him both coming back, and them having like close to being a maybe a top 5 pick, I mean, you really can't beat that. I ain't gonna lie, that's actually kind of smart to offload everybody now, lose, get in at least into the lottery or the top 5. That way, you have a top 5 talent, and then you have Jason Tatum and Dame Lillard and Jalen Brown and Derek White. and whatever
So
you
my
decide to do in free agency, because next class or next year free agency is going to be pretty big. You know what I'm saying?
the only thing the only reason why I'm against that is because yes, Jason Tatum will be coming back. We don't know what state he'll be coming back in. It's a
That's true.
50-50. It's a 50-50 right now on how well people are coming back.
Yeah.
KD came back and he's been decent, but he's not as explosive. But it's still KD. He's 6'11" and can shoot the shit out the ball. So he doesn't have to do much movement. Clay has not come back the same.
Yeah, Clay has not come back the same
Clay
at
was a
all. I'm
top
not even
3
gonna lie.
shooting guard. So I mean, like, Achilles tears is always rough, bro. You don't know how somebody's gonna come back. You don't know how their body's gonna adjust to that, especially depending on like what type of player they were. Halliburton, I don't think Halliburton wasn't really like an explosive type player.
Yeah, I think
I don't.
he'll be
I
lighter.
think he'll be okay.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
Dame can stretch the ball and shoot the ball, so I think he'll be straight. But Tatum is an explosive player because he plays the floor and he tries to take off on people. So I think it's gonna be rougher for him to get back to where he was than like Halliburton. So like tanking is like, oh, we're gonna tank and then we're gonna try to pick these people up and then we're gonna try to make a big run. I was like, bro, you're making plans that you don't even know, bro. Like I said, God forbid, I don't want to see injuries. But now that the whole like scoring and all that's gonna change for the Celtics, you don't know if somebody else might get hurt. You're making plans based on the team you have for a future purpose that you don't even know what the future holds. We can't tell you what's gonna happen tomorrow.
You too?
So what?
Say Jaylen Brown had knee surgery this offseason too.
That's what I'm saying. Like
He did.
they're making plans based on a 2-year thing. It's like, bro, no. You have to make plans now for what you need now for your team. And if you think you're just gonna lose, then hey, go in the rebuilding state. But don't plan for like, oh, we're gonna lose this year. Next year we're gonna bounce back, depending on 2 people who tore their Achilles. Like that's not a good look.
Yeah, true. But I
It
think
sounds good for like a 2K for a video game where I can go turn injuries off, but it don't sound good for real life where we don't know what's gonna happen.
Facts. Or like, God forbid, like damn, John Wall tore his Achilles, and then what? He like retore that hole again at his house or something when he slipped.
Yep.
So that put him back. He was out another year.
Yep.
Yeah,
I mean, John Wall never recovered from that.
Never fully. He was never the same player. He came back. He wasn't explosive.
Nope.
My boy, man.
that is true. That's true. But technology though, that's crazy though, because technology nowadays compared to what Achilles tear would be like back in the 90s or the 80s. I mean, people are recovering really fast. You know what I'm saying? Today's society behind it. So I don't know. Like I said, I see what you're saying though about Jason Tatum. But I do agree with Tyrese and Dame also. As far as like, I feel like it really ain't gonna affect them like Jason Tatum. But I feel like if you got the right doctors around you, be able to monitor it and to be able to watch the situation, I mean, I think he'll be fine. I mean, Clay, like I said, unfortunate because he did have that Achilles tear, and then what?
Clay was
He ended up messing his knee, like when he was working out or something like that. So it pushed farther his recovery back. So I think that's what really messed him up too, in confidence, because it kind of messed up his confidence too, pretty bad. Because he's like, damn, I'm really out another year again. You know
So
what
the
I'm saying?
craziest part for me, right? Because Clay by no means was an explosive player. Clay is the man who had 40 points off of 7 dribbles in a game. So he didn't need to be explosive. That boy could just shoot.
No, for real.
My thing is, but one thing that he did at a high level that he couldn't do when he got back was play defense the way he did.
That's true.
So is medicine better? Yes. Medicine hasn't advanced that far in the last 4 or 5 years. From 20 years ago, yes. From the last 4 or 5, barely. It's slowly going up.
Hey, so
I mean, look at
Vincent
the recents. KD's okay because he's sick. Like I said, he's 6'11". He can shoot over people.
Yeah, he can shoot over people.
KD sits out a lot now.
Yeah.
After that Achilles tear, I'm just not making plans based off of an injury that has a 50-50 shot at me getting my player back to where he was. I'm just not. I'm gonna make decisions that's best for the team. I'm not trading Jason Tatum by any means, but I'm not about to be like, oh yeah, in a year and a half we're gonna go make these moves.
I'm not gonna blow it up completely, banking on him.
Yeah,
how he was.
yeah.
Right. Okay, I agree with that. So Vincent asks, where does CP3 end up? Now, it's been reported that CP3 wants to stay on the West Coast because of due to his family, right?
Yeah.
So personally, and he wants to start. So for me personally, I'm gonna give like I always like to say, a la answer and a realistic answer. I'm gonna go back to what Jordan said in the beginning as far as the la answer. If he wants to start and he wants to play, he's going to have to leave the West Coast.
Yeah.
So I agree with Jordan when he said going to the Pacers. That would probably be his best bet if he want to start, to actually start.
And
What you think,
compete.
Jordan?
He can go to Phoenix. They need a playmaker.
He can go to Phoenix, and
My thing is, there's
that
places
would
for him
be.
to go, but the thing with him is the Spurs. Out of the last like 5 years Chris Paul has had, his last year with the Spurs is the only one where he stayed healthy.
Yeah.
Every other season before that, bro, you've been injury prone. Teams are scared to take a risk on you. The Spurs were willing to take that risk because they knew they weren't going to make it to no
They
championship
needed
this year.
they needed a vet.
That's what I'm saying. They needed a vet and they knew they weren't going to the ship. They just needed somebody who could help mold and keep Victor Wembanyama on the right path to where they need him. Phoenix is like, hey, bro, we making these moves. We messed up by getting KD. We got Bradley Beal here and all that, and Devin Booker. We ain't got no big man. Like, we need a point guard that's gonna be healthy because we're gonna need you to be here. That's the only issue with him.
But that's the thing, though. With CP3 going to Phoenix, you gotta look at the lineup. Like, where would they? And he wouldn't. I don't think he would start in Phoenix because you still got Devin Booker, still got Jalen Green, you still got Dylan Brooks. They got Williams. They just traded for. I'm not sure who's gonna be at the power forward. I'll have to check and see. But Bradley Bill's coming off the bench. I don't think CP3 would end up in Phoenix until Bradley Beal is gone, which Vincent said, and it has been reported too that Bradley Beal and the Suns are working on a buyout because he's not. I don't. Bradley Beal,
Bring
he
my
is
dog.
not going to get traded, bro. He wants his money. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to stretch out his money for 5 years, so he can still get paid and stuff like that. So Bradley Beal is not going to get traded. He's not taking his no trades clause off. So
I'm not gonna
it's
lie
no
to
benefit
you.
for him.
I'm all for the players going to get their money, but I'm not gonna lie. As a franchise, this guaranteed money shit ain't happening, Brody.
What's up with it, Kevin?
That I think it's crazy that all these teams are willing to do all this guaranteed money for extended periods of time. When you're like, bruh, your body of work got to be there. Like LeBron, I'm cool giving him a guaranteed contract because LeBron's body of work is there. Now, I mean, not now, but like when LeBron was on like the Heat,
Still doing better
leaving,
than
going
most
back.
of the players in the league. He's still averaging
Oh
24, 25 a
no,
game.
no, he averaged 27 last year.
That's,
Like, buddy,
I'm
he's
just
still
saying though,
hooping.
he's still hooping better than most of the people in the league. That's
But yeah,
supposed to be top tier.
these
So
dudes
I
be
kind of give him
they be
that.
guaranteeing money for the craziest stuff, bro.
Vincent
Dudes have
wants to know, where do Lonzo and Melo go to play together?
Charlotte.
Lonzo
They
and LaMelo.
already there. Charlotte. That's where he can get D'Angelo on the team.
I think personally, it just really depends because Lonzo did sign a 2-year contract before he got traded to Cleveland with the Bulls, for 2 years for 20 mils. So I think after that contract end, I could kind of see them going to play for the Clippers. James
Yeah,
Harden's already up in age,
they come home.
and
They-
Kawhi Leonard. You
But
don't
I
think they
think
go play
Kawhi
for the Clippers? I
gonna
think so. Ain't
start
gonna be for the Lakers. It's gonna be on the West Coast. I feel like they're gonna want to go back home and play.
Tell them niggas to go to the Brooklyn Nets. That Brooklyn Nets done destroyed their team. They need people.
Oh
Send
no,
them
they did,
there.
brother. They got 5 rookies. They got Michael Porter Jr. and Cam Thomas. Them rookies better get used to passing and rebounding because ain't nobody outside of them.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. Honestly, if Lonzo and LaMelo want to play together, they could play at the Hornets or go to a crappy East team, bro. That's if they're really just willing to play
They
together.
really want to play, yo. I could see that.
But
But
I
I
can
feel
see
like,
it really
like I said, I think
Kawhi,
the Clippers. I think they
Kawhi
probably could go to the
and they
Clippers
all
though,
on the contract and them
because
going to
like I
LA.
said, their stars are aging. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, better yet, tell them both to go to the Shanghai Sharks.
Oh
He's
right.
stupid.
We're just not being realistic here today, okay? But since we're not being realistic, Lakers in 4.
Lakers in 4? Oh, God. Don't say that, please. You see what happened last year? We got swept out in the first round. I don't want to go through that again.
No, they won one.
Lakers still don't have a team, and it frustrates me. Like, they don't have a fucking team, man. Like,
I like to pick
Hey,
up
man.
damn, bro.
I don't know how you pronounce
Hey,
his name.
man.
I like
So-
that pickup. Aiden,
Downpour, my knee sore. Get me a whore. Lakers in 4. You know what I'm saying? It's fuck it.
I like the 8 pickup. I'm happy they got him at a hugely discounted rate, like $8 million. I mean,
But no.
Well, I understand that, but like I said, I don't like it.
They have Legault and Luka. They will be okay. They will be
I'm not
okay.
gonna lie to you. They really just need to find somebody who's just gonna rebound.
Yeah, realistically, and not expect so much on offense.
Austin Reeves gonna shoot. Dalton Connect gonna shoot.
That's my person. If anybody,
Austin Reeves.
Austin Reeves.
What's up with it, Daniel?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I said the same thing to Mike, and he looked at me crazy.
And I think he brings them down.
The way that Austin Reeves has progressed and like the seasons he's had, he's at the perfect spot where you can trade him and actually get some really good value that fits your team.
Nigga, you saw what they got for Desmond Bain? Just imagine what you get for Austin Reeves.
That's what I'm saying. So like Dalton Connect is good, bro. When he played and he was getting into the flow of the team, like Dalton Connect is good. He's a consistent shooter. He plays a little defense and he got a little bounce on him, so he can.
A lot of tape on the Lakers. JJ Redick was getting in his ass. I don't think JJ Redick really likes him as a player, just from the interaction.
Dalton Connect.
Yes, just from the interactions that you see that they be having. He really don't like he fuck with bro.
But he's still a good solid
personally,
player, though.
JJ Redick need to get removed.
Damn, I actually like JJ.
JJ is good.
I like JJ. No, we keep
bro,
JJ there.
like you said, bro. JJ Redick's rotations is ass.
That was only in playoffs. That was only playoffs.
That's when it matters.
But
and that was only game 4 and 5, okay? Where he did horrible.
We not believing
in trying to do something different, man.
Hold on, man. Like, let me get my word out. Damn.
That's just
like I didn't even get my thought out.
That's just like the Knicks. They didn't believe in the bench.
But that's what I'm saying. When it matters in game 4 and 5, I need you to figure out the rotation and make it happen to where we win. LeBron cannot be playing 40 minutes a game and we go into game 7 every series, bro. He's already old. Yes, he's the most consistent player we got, but he's already old. Luka's still not all the way back healthy yet.
He could do it.
Oh, but now though, you see Luka though, slim down.
But I'm saying though, like, bro, I get it. Luka and LeBron are your 2 best players. Yes, I want them in as much as possible.
He look like 2018
Austin Reeves. I can sub him out, bro. He don't have to be in there for 50 minutes. I can sub the other dudes out. The only thing that sucked, and I understand with JJ Redick, is that a lot of the big men, Jackson Hayes and the other big men he had, were hurt. But even then, bro, like you had enough people on your bench to give these guys some rest. Y'all look tired, and that's why y'all got defeated. No team wants to play with y'all.
That nigga Jackson Hayes just can't play no damn defense.
Yeah, fucking put Bronny in, man.
And then they signed Alex Lynn. And they even used the motherfucker. That was just a roster space. Just
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Ass too.
Let Bronny go, man. Let him play on a team where he can be him. We see what he does when they. Hold on, bro. Can I? He can't, bro. Luka not coming off that pill. We saw it at Dallas. He's not coming off the pill. Him and Kyrie wasn't getting along because Luka dribbled the ball too much and Kyrie wanted to do the dribbling.
Okay, don't say that. They did get along, bro.
They looked good together.
No,
they didn't.
Yeah, they did, bro.
My nigga Luka was getting triple doubles.
I'm a Mavericks fan.
I hate it. In a corner and let him spot up.
I understand you're a Mavericks fan.
Bronny's not a spot up, bro. You look at it, bro. I'm telling you, when Bronny had his breakout games in the G League, he got to play his role. And he's good with the ball in his hands. Bro, every when he got brought up to the NBA in those games, when they made him be a corner sitter, it wasn't a good game for him. He's one of those players where like he doesn't need the ball in his hands 24/7, but the game needs to be able to flow. The game doesn't
Right.
flow with Luka. Luka's not that type of player. Luka's gonna dribble. Look for my shot. Damn, I can't score this bitch. Hopefully, the nigga I'm about to pass to can shoot. That's what Luka is. He's James Harden 2.0. So my thing is, Bronny can't mess with that, bro. Bronny's gonna
Question
play
real
hard
quick.
defense, but he's not gonna get that bitch on the offensive end. Because you got to
Question.
think, it goes Luka, LeBron, Austin Reeves. Bronny ain't touching it.
Question then.
Yeah.
Who's better in their prime?
Who?
Luka or James Harden?
Luka wiping the flow with James Harden. Wiping the flow. Luka. Who been to a finals?
Why you say Luka? I'm just asking a question. I just asked because he said he's James Harden 2.0.
Who been to the finals?
Huh?
Who been to the finals?
Okay,
Yeah,
come on, man.
I say Luka just because he made it to the finals.
You got me there. You right.
Carrying them.
But James Harden do have a MVP under his belt though.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm not
Politics.
gonna lie to you. The MVP award is trash.
Yeah,
You right.
That shit not.
I'm
That shit is
just
not
saying,
realistic.
I'm just letting you know. It's
No,
trash though.
I get
I
it.
agree.
It's not realistic, bro. LeBron should have at least 8 of them.
Kobe should have had a few more.
When you look at 2008 to 2018, LeBron James was Eastern Conference Finals champion for 10 years straight. There's no reason why he didn't have more than 3, 4 MVP. No, bro. That MVP trophy is whack.
I'm not gonna lie. That year that James Harden won it, and I'm not taking nothing from James Harden. He had an outstanding year that year. But LeBron James averaged more points, more rebounds, and more assists, and I felt like LeBron should have won it that year.
I forgot what year it was. LeBron won. I think it was one year LeBron got cheated out of MVP and Defensive Player of the Year.
That was 2011
bro,
or 2012.
that was the year he went God mode with Cleveland.
No, that's when he was with Miami.
Yeah,
that's
he was
when
with
Marcus All won Defensive Player that year.
And
He
they
was
did
with
that
Miami.
because Mike did it. Mike had won Defensive Player and MVP in the same year, and they were like, nobody else is going to ever do it again. And LeBron was going to do it, and they held him.
Yeah, because look, this is the crazy thing too when we talk about that is because I believe LeBron was first team all defense, and Marc Gasol didn't make neither nor first nor second, and he still ended up winning Defensive Player of the Year, which is crazy. I was like, how does that even happen? You wasn't even selected on the team at all. That don't even make sense.
I do think they should do that. Possibly, they should move away. Like when you win an individual award, you
What's up with it, Kyle?
That first team All NBA should go to somebody else.
So what I'll say is, I agree. If you get Defensive Player of the Year,
time out. My bad. Mike, there ain't no third team all defensive in the NBA. There's only first and second.
Who said that?
Mike.
Your
neighbor next door. There's only 1 and 2. I had to clear that up.
But yeah, no. So like, if you win Defensive Player of the Year, you're obviously the best defender, so you don't really have to be on first team all defense. I get it. But that year, Paul Gasol wasn't doing shit.
Yeah.
So they just hold LeBron. Matter of fact, we off topic. Let's go ahead and get back to on top. My bad. I'm done on my tangents.
No, you good. I'm just saying. I'm letting you know it's Marc Gasol. You know the internet. They ruthless and shit like that. You got to be perfect. So.
Marc Gasol.
So I just let you know, Marc Gasol.
I appreciate it.
You know what I'm saying? Even though he didn't win
Mark was a dog, but he wasn't.
He was a dog, but he should have won it that year.
Nah, he wasn't doing it. Are we gonna let Rudy Gay ass win it 3-4 times, bro? LeBron could have got it at least twice.
Wemby should have won this year.
He should have, but he didn't, meet the mark as far as playing the.
I'm not gonna cap. I don't agree. I don't agree. That guard from Atlanta should have won that motherfucker.
Daniel
Buddy was a threat, bro.
No, it might be Dyson. It's either Dyson or Dash. He got a brother that's coming over, I think, this year in the draft.
Dyson Daniels, right? That's his name? I think so.
Something like that. Yeah, something like that.
That's
Buddy was
the other one coming. But
y'all see his interviews?
Huh?
Y'all see his interviews? Buddy pretty much, to sum it up, Buddy was like, I pretty much live and breathe defense. Like, Buddy, like when I'm guarding somebody, I don't want them to get nothing. I was like, oh, okay, he's a dog. He needs.
It seems like he's having a revive in his career though, because he got drafted. I feel like a few years ago and just came back up this year.
Well, he was with New Orleans though, so he was playing behind Herb and what's the name? I can't think of his other name. You know what I'm talking about, the other dude. Dang, what's his name? I can see his face, but Herb Jones and other.
CJ McCollum.
Huh?
He
You
played
talking about McCollum?
No, I can't think his name.
Because he was playing behind McCollum too.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he playing behind, but I'm trying to
But
think
he
of the
came
other.
in the league as a point guard, though. Not even a 2. He's a point guard. I
Really?
think he just won
He
that
done found he done found his niche.
Yeah.
That boy was a
Oh, hold
dog.
going back to free agency, Atlanta had a nice little free agency too, though.
Yeah,
They
they
lost
did.
plenty-
Oh,
lost
he was
good
playing
business.
behind Trey Murphy the third. Yes, those two.
Yeah. Trey Murphy.
So I mean, it's kind of hard, you know what I'm saying, for him to, you know, kind of get minutes when you have those two, and they pretty good at defense also, and stuff like that. But it was good that he did get traded though, like you said, because he
Yeah.
kind of, I wouldn't say revive. I mean, he got the chance to actually prove himself, and you know, he's actually, like you said, a dog when it comes to playing defense. I mean, he a dog, like that
It's all
nigga.
about
Oh, you like white on rice, like
fit.
nigga, you ain't breathing.
Better fit now.
He was talk about 94 feet.
And what? Yeah,
He was playing 94 feet.
And he
I
talking
agree with you.
all the time.
So we're gonna go on to the next topic. We're gonna talk about LeBron James opts into his final year with the Lakers. As y'all know, that he
Selfish.
picked up his 51 million player option for 2025 through 26,
Selfish.
setting up what could be his last year in purple and gold. So, Jamar, my first question is: will this be LeBron's last season in LA or even in the NBA? So, would it be with
It's going
LA or he finds another team, or is this just his last season period? What you think?
It's not his last season period because all he got to do is play one more year and he can play with Bryce the year after that. So he
You
gonna
think
play
that's
another
what he's
year.
waiting for?
He gonna play one more year after this coming up year to play with Bryce. I think personally, LeBron's selfish. Why would you accept that player option for like 50-something million dollars? You know you need a big man and all that. You're gonna go ahead. I would have declined it and signed for less money, bro. That's ridiculous.
LeBron been
He already a billionaire.
He been declining and taking less money. Let my nigga get paid.
Bro, he's a billionaire. He don't need that money, bro.
Off endorsements.
That don't matter. You a billionaire.
Maybe you want to be a billionaire in NBA contracts.
Oh my gosh. But
we-
no, I feel like whatever team is in the right position to get Bryce is probably where he's gonna end up after this year contract. Because he's probably gonna want to play with both of his sons, and then that's when he's finally gonna hang it up.
And just take a quick intervention real quick. I want to appreciate everybody that's tuning in on the live on Facebook, Kick, and also TikTok. Just to let y'all know, continue to like, share, comment. Make sure y'all comment in the bottom to let us know how we're doing. That way we continue to bring out good content for everybody. If you have any suggestions, any concerns, or any questions, make sure you go in the comment section below so we can make sure that we answer it for you guys. Make sure you can also follow us as Primetime AI5 on Primetime AI5 on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram, and also Kick. So those 4 we're on as far as social media right now. But
hold on. I got it. Real quick. Going to what Vincent said, definitely wouldn't have declined. He'd been sacrificing already. It's still a business at the end of the day.
Facts.
I agree. It is still a business. However, in that you got to make a business decision. At this point in time where you are one of the richest NBA players ever, do you make a business decision to, hey, I could possibly win a ring on the same team as my son if I take a pay cut so we can get people to come to LA? Or do I continue to make 50-something million dollars to where it puts us in a cap little frenzy where we can only get certain players? Me personally, I'm taking the chance to win a championship with my son. I already got $1 billion. My finances are already set. I'm declining. Give me the vet minimum at this time. Go sign me a power forward or an actual center, and let's go try to win this thing. That way I can be one of the only NBA. I'm already the only NBA player to play with my son. But I'm trying to be the only NBA player to play with my son and win a ring. That's my business decision personally.
what about you, Jordan? What you think? This is
I agree. They are bankrolling Vincent. They are.
Give me my 52 million.
We already know what Jordan gonna say.
Now I'm gonna ask him, do he think this is LeBron last year or his last year with the Lakers?
I I don't think he leaves LA, but I want to say that this is last year. But I feel like he's gonna try to thug it out for Bryce. But I think this is last year.
What's up with it, Ethan? Appreciate you for joining.
I think this.
I think that me personally, I think this might be his last year because it kind of put us in a situation because this is our first time. Well, me personally, I don't know about y'all, but me personally, this is my first time seeing LeBron actually opt in his
Yeah.
contract for his final year in his contract because what he always do, he always decline and then he always signs up and re-up. You know what I'm saying? I think this might be his last year. It's been reports, like he's saying that his wife is saying that, like, basically, like, nigga, like, either you play this last year or you got one more year and that's it, nigga. Like, there ain't no more after this. So I feel like at this point, me personally, LeBron has accomplished everything that he wanted needed in the NBA. I mean, he didn't really get the Defensive Player of the Year, but it's all good. But I mean, he got 4 rings, right? He got 4 rings. Got MVPs. He got final MVPs. He's leaving the game in the top 5. Which we know he's the all-time leader for points, but top 5 for points, assists, rebounds. I want to say right, or he might be in the top 10. I want to say, is he in the top 10 for steals too? I want to say he's up there also.
He close.
So I mean, he's pretty much accomplished everything. I mean, for right now, I feel like nobody's not going to catch him at the moment unless some hybrid they steal his DNA and put it in the lab and create a LeBron 2.0 mixed with MJ or something like that, then maybe. But he's accomplished everything. I think this might be his last year though. Vincent says that I think he plays 2 or 3 more years, especially if he gets 1 or 2 pieces. He's still in top shape. Yeah, but then I see where you're coming from, Vincent. But then it gets to a point where
it's a lot of wear and tear.
Right, it's a lot of wear and tear where you basically be like, okay, I'm done with this, pretty much, basically, and then it gets boring too after a while.
All I'm gonna say is this: he opted in. First off, there's already talks of them trying to see if they're gonna even keep LeBron James on the Lakers with the new ownership, all this other stuff changing. Personally, I think he opted in.
They can't trade him
because he wasn't gonna get an extended contract with them. I don't see it in the GM's mind for the Lakers, especially with the way he was talking and like the press and all that whenever he took over. Their mindset is shifting from LeBron because they know he only has, I think Vincent's right. I think he has 2 to 3 more years. So they're like, nah, bro, we're not gonna keep paying him all that. They know they're gonna have to create a team around Luka.
Right.
And they know that LeBron's mindset is if I do 2, 3 more years, I want to play with my sons. And the Lakers are like, nah, bro, we're not wasting our draft pick to go get Bryce. Unless Bryce has like a 30-point breakout in college his freshman year, which I don't see happening. Unfortunately, the issue with his sons are that they didn't grow up in the struggle and they're not as hungry as other people, bro.
You talking about LeBron James' son?
Yeah, like Bronny's cold, but the thing is, Bronny don't have that same drive and hunger that some of these other athletes have. He didn't have to get it out the mud. As we've seen, unfortunately, the best athletes come from struggle. So
I think he just didn't go. He didn't go to a good situation in college. A good system.
Well, so Bronny got screwed over because Bronny had the heart condition.
Yeah, he had the heart condition.
But even then, look at Sierra Cannon, bro. When he was at Sierra Cannon, dude was averaging like 10 points.
But they had a loaded team, though. They had Brandon.
Exactly my point, bro. You're not a dog. Right. If you're on a loaded team and you're LeBron James' son, you know damn well LeBron would. LeBron would have been averaging 20 still. Oh. Bryce I think was averaging more than his brother in that situation.
Bryce tried to transfer and they blocked his transfer, so he got stuck there. So I think he was unhappy anyway. How he ended up at Arizona, I have no clue because that would throw me for a loop.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I think Bryce has more dog in him than Bronny because I think Bryce has a chip on his shoulder. He's got something to prove about the whole brother situation. Because the youngest brother is always trying to outperform the oldest brother, but I think Bronny it's just, bro. Let's be real, bro. He was a millionaire before he even touched college. Like he wasn't worried about none of that. Especially and then the heart condition, all that other stuff. So I think their family mindset is, or at least LeBron's is, I want to play with my sons, and then after I play with my sons or whatever, I'm out. I don't think he's chasing accolades, or he might not be chasing rings anymore. Personally, I would, because what's cooler than sharing a championship with your kids.
50
But
million.
for him,
I mean, that's what he say. If y'all can't see the quotation, he says he's trying to go after his 5th ring. But I don't think so. Like you said with him off the
you're not
end.
going after no 5th ring, signing a $50 million contract.
Okay, let's say he take 20 million. That leaves up 30 million in cap space. Who they gonna give the 30 million to in this free agency?
Bro, they can make trades. Austin Reeves, bro. That's what I'm saying. They have
They
trade
still
pieces.
trade people while LeBron still opts in on his 50 million.
Who they gonna trade for? All the good names that can help them
Who's they gonna
are
trade
all
for
on.
anyway?
They're all on like $40 million contracts, bro.
Who's they gonna trade for anyway?
The sky's the limit, bro. There's no telling.
You talking with
Bro,
Austin?
Desmond Brain just got traded for 5 first-rounders, bro. I'm not
He
hearing none of
did.
that. I'm not hearing
What
none
does
of
that
that,
have to do
Jordan.
with-
They
that
could
has
have got
nothing to do with
anybody.
Who the Lakers would get?
They could have got anybody.
Everybody gonna tax the Lakers. Everybody gonna tax the Lakers. That's all they've been doing.
Yeah, they've been trying to bargain them hard like crazy because they know that they was desperate for a center. I feel like with Austin Reeves, they're gonna try to lowball the Lakers
Yeah.
and then let him leave in free agency so they could be able to get him and the Lakers don't get nothing in return.
They
You know what I'm
said
saying? Right now,
for
the Lakers
Andrew
got a
Wiggins,
mark.
they wanted Rui Hachimura. Who else? It might have been Austin Reeves and a first round pick. That's for Andrew
For
Wiggins.
who?
Andrew Wiggins. Get the fuck out of here, nigga.
That's not bad.
Nigga, yes, that's terrible.
Andrew Wiggins got a ring. Certified winner. He gonna put in the work.
You just
Yeah, Vincent. Yes, the tax in LA is crazy, but shoot, with a rich history like the Lakers, I mean, shoot, anybody. I ain't gonna say anybody, but for the most part, it's a big destination. A lot of people go there to play because shoot, all the stars go there. It's called, you're in Hollywood, so I mean, you get a lot of brand deals, so they kind of make up for, endorsements and stuff like that if they know how to run their business correctly. You know what I'm saying? Brand themselves. So my next question for Jamar would be: how should the Lakers build around LeBron for his final run if this is his final year? How should they build around him? Are they doing it right now correctly, or what do you feel like the pieces that they need to do to build around him?
Honestly, I say trade Austin Reeves and go get another rebounder and a shooter. That's the only way you're gonna win.
So, question, and this is wild, but if Bradley Beal does a buyout, do you think they should pursue him?
Yep.
I'm asking a question. I'm just asking a question. I see your expression.
Bradley Beal's a terrible shooter, though.
I would put
Bradley
Bradley
Beal
Beal
is not. We had this discussion already. Bradley Beal in Washington
Austin Reeves on the bench.
before he got traded to Phoenix. He
I ain't
was
gonna lie.
a 58% shooter from the field goal, and he
I
was
never
38%
agree
from
with Michael
3 points.
Patterson. I never agree with Michael Patterson, but I agree with him in this chat. He knows his Bradley Beal's body of work the most because he was a Wizards fan. I'm not going after a nigga who's not consistent, bro. Bradley Beal is not consistent.
We're
We
talking about
literally had this discussion last week. I told you it's hard from coming from being the first option to being the third on team. Imagine you take 20-something to 22 to 23 shots a game, and then you become the third option, and now you're taking 12 to 13 shots because you got
Austin Reeves
KD
is
in
doing
front of
a
you
great
and
job
Devin
in that
Booker.
position.
Like what do you expect? Like they want him to be a betterment for the team. And I know you saw the interview where KD said, "Let me do me and let me get what I need to do and play the best basketball instead of giving to Dorian Finn in the corner and let him shoot a three when y'all could just give it to me." It's about
First off,
judgment. I feel like
KD is
situation.
trash. I don't care what nobody say.
You said what?
KD is trash. I
Oh
don't know why
my
y'all even watching this interview.
We talk about this type of slander every time.
We do.
We talk about it. We don't slander the
We
greatest.
do.
Just like that.
But no,
I agree with Mike. Bradley Beal is
I
a
gave my
volume.
answer.
He's
I gave
correct.
my answer.
That's what I'm
They need to
saying.
trade Austin Reeves and go get a rebounder and an outside consistent shooter. That's my take if the Lakers want to try to build around the Luka LeBron situation and win.
What about you, Jordan? What you think? What do they need to do to build around LeBron on his final run?
I think they should do the complete opposite of that. I think they should build for Luka. I don't think they should build for LeBron. They should build for Luka. He next up. They want to keep him long term. I don't think LeBron should be at the top of their worst. I mean, they dang near the same player and just Luka younger now. So
That's true, but LeBron was more athletic though in his years.
I said dang near.
No,
They're not the same. No.
you don't think so?
Luka is James Harden 2.0, brother.
No.
And
I do
say that
like
for
that
a reason.
comparison though.
Luka does not play defense. That is why they lost when he was with the Mavericks. That's why.
Bro, did you not see his defense in the playoffs against Timberwolves? Bro was sitting down. Pause. He was playing some damn defense.
Luka Doncic is not a decent defensive player.
Okay, so let's go to stats. Last year when they were making that finals run, Luka was first in points, assists, rebounds, and steals.
It's giving very LeBron-esque.
So I'm talking. Yes, his defense could be better, but it's not trash.
But he got the
It's
stats.
average, but he could be way better.
So why didn't they win a chip?
You said what?
Why didn't they win the championship?
They had a big man.
No, nigga, because he got exposed on defense.
He got exposed.
Go back. No. I don't care about stats, bro. Go watch the game film where he's getting cooked by every nigga who he guards.
You talking about when he's with the Mavs?
Stop the cap, bro. I'm tired of niggas capping. I am a Mavericks fan.
When he's with the Mavs?
Yes.
Him and Kyrie are cones. That's why.
He was getting cooked. Nigga, how is he a cone?
But
you're saying he's a LeBron-esque, nigga. No.
We can't put it all on Luka though, because I feel like Kyrie Irving should have played better too in the finals.
I'm not saying
he's not shooting that well in the finals at all.
It doesn't help to have a nigga who touches the ball for 38 of the 42 minutes and he don't play no goddamn defense.
His defense is offense.
Defense either.
But we know Luka is horrible against athletic guards, athletic forwards.
That's what the league is turning into, brother.
Every
nigga now has a 48-inch vertical and dunking from the free throw line. That means Luka is not value added.
You're crazy. You're crazy. Smoking.
Luka is a phenomenal player. He sucks on defense. Do not compare him to LeBron, please.
He don't suck.
Average. I'm going to say average.
He sucks on defense.
It's average.
Brother.
If you have to guard the fourth best man on the court, you suck at defense.
Why would you want your best player guarding their best player?
Ask LeBron why he was guarding the best player. Ask Anthony Edwards why he guarding the best player. Because they're dogs, nigga. It's in the DNA.
That's not because they're dogs.
If you can't guard the number 1 or number 2 option, you are not good.
But LeBron wasn't guarding Dwight Howard in 2009 when they went to the finals that year.
I hope he's not, nigga. Dwight Howard is 6'11". What are you talking
about?
Guarding
Tim Duncan. Oh, well, they had Kawhi.
Luka Doncic wasn't guarding Al Westbrook.
Let me take that back. He guarded Kawhi.
So say Gilgeous-Alexander is terrible?
On defense? Yes. Shay's there for buckets. Bro. All right.
Bro, go to the next topic. I'm not talking about basketball.
Topic, bro. You niggas are wild. You niggas are wild, bro.
Bro, you're talking about Shay. This nigga
Shay is not a defender. There's a reason why he doesn't guard the number 1 or the number 2 nigga. He does not earn his bread and butter on defense.
Players, but this nigga can guard.
That is not, like you say, he's a bucket getter, but he's still not. He don't suck at defense.
Bro, Andrew Nembhard gave that nigga a mink.
Why would you have your best player on their best player?
Shay is not a defender.
He's not a defender. He's an all-around player.
Rookie nigga who
he's an all-around player.
Gave this nigga a bucket. This nigga was on Shaq and a fool for trying to guard Nembhard. Stop the cap.
Who was on Shaq the fool for trying to guard Nembhard?
Shay, nigga.
When?
He got his ankle split in half when Nembhard gave that nigga the mink step back 3.
In the finals?
Stop.
He took the mink step back 3.
In the finals?
Stop.
Nigga, that's a tough ass move.
Bro, regular season, Shay averaged a block a game and basically 2 steals. During the regular season and during the playoffs, he averaged a block a game and 2 steals.
I'm going to tell you Steph Curry a lockdown too.
He just played passing lanes.
Shut the fuck up.
Steph
Curry did play passing lanes.
I know that.
Oh my God, that's not making you happy.
So do the other niggas. Yes, you play off-ball defense. That doesn't make you a good defender. A good defender plays on ball, 94 feet. I'm locking up the best 1 or 2 option on the team. Defense. Shay is not doing that.
Yeah, he will.
Luka's not doing that. You just said Luka can't even guard athletic guards.
But he don't need to.
Bro, whatever. Yep. Mm-hmm. Sure.
The Timberwolves, them niggas was exhausted, right? When they played OKC? They was exhausted.
Yeah, they don't have a playmaker.
No, nigga,
Hey,
them niggas trying to go 94
so
feet. Nigga can't do that.
Adnan said, he said, when you're a dog, you guard the other team best in the clutch when needed. He's
Yeah, in
just
the clutch.
saying.
That's
But
all the time.
look, we get that, and I understand that. But like Vincent said too, did Jordan guard the best players? Hell no. Pippen and Ron Harper did, and Rodman, which I agree. Even though Jordan won a Defensive Player of the Year,
Playing passing lanes.
they still had Pippen guarding the best player. Because why? Jordan was offense, and Pippen was the Army Swiss knife tool. You know what I'm saying? He was the person that did everything for them.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why you brought up Jordan to me, brother. We about to go
He
on a whole
said,
nother
"Hey,
tangent.
look, this is what
We
Vincent
about
said.
to go on
I
a
don't
whole
know, you
nother.
know."
We about to go on a whole nother tangent, bro. If we talking hoop, do not talk MJ with me, please. Let's go on to the next topic,
He
please.
does not like MJ, guys. I'm gonna let y'all know that now. He
I
don't like
like
MJ.
MJ for who MJ was, but everybody who's riding MJ's nuts when this man played against, literally, go look at the opponents he played. You can't really name none of them, and the ones you can name, he didn't guard. So who the fuck are we giving him credit for being a great defender for?
That's my
He played
argument.
against
But 20 years
the
from now,
Lakers.
Kobe guarded Carmelo, LeBron, Paul Pierce, all these niggas in their primes. Kobe was guarding. I give Kobe that. That's why Kobe is MJ 2.0. He could play defense and he can go and give you 81 points at the
30,
same
40 years
goddamn
from
time.
now, niggas gonna be saying that about our greats, about our LeBron. Oh, he didn't play nobody. He just played Carmelo. No, I get it. I understand. That's my argument too. But that's what they're gonna be saying in 30, 40 years.
I'm not
Look
gonna
at
lie to you,
Carmelo's
bro.
stats, and they're gonna go to Carmelo's stats.
No. It was There's
It's
a
gonna be some
difference, brother.
ass shit or something.
It was documented when Jordan was winning all these defensive players, the players he was going against. Half of these niggas had a secondary job as plumbers and all this other shit. This isn't made
They
up,
weren't
brother.
making money.
This is
At least they were
actual
making
documented things, brother. These people couldn't focus on basketball the way niggas focus on
money.
basketball now.
They wasn't making money.
Stop
Brent,
the
I
cap.
can
league
tell you
wasn't that
what
big.
teams he played against in the finals though, which was the Lakers when they had Magic Johnson. He
You
played
talking
against.
about you talking about the year before Magic got out?
Was it the year before? I
When he
don't
was
think it
about
was
to
the year
retire?
before.
I
Nigga, he
think that
played
was
he
No,
when he
I'm just
finally
saying.
made it to the finals, bro. When he finally made it to the finals, bro, he was playing a tired Magic and a tired Bird because them bad boys was running the 80s.
Agreed, Vincent. But like you said, Kobe, like you were just saying, J. Mark, Kobe really the only one that we could really name that was guarding the best
No,
player.
bro, no. LeBron guarded the best player on the other team when he needed to. Kobe guarded the best player on the other team when they needed to. LeBron did guard Steph, and that's why he always was mocking that nigga, and I got pissed.
Not the whole game. He was getting switches. Oh, bet $100. Bet $100. Bet $100.
I know it was switches, but when he switched, he pissed me off because he was locking Steph ass up.
He not guarding.
The only nigga LeBron could not guard was Derrick Rose because he was toasting the Heat.
He couldn't
And
guard.
apparently Paul Pierce.
Steph Curry. Not for the whole game.
Apparently Paul Pierce.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. That's not even a match. That's not even a matchup we want to see. I don't want to see Steph guarding LeBron, and I don't want to see LeBron guarding Steph.
Do we want to see Shai Alexander guard the other team best nigga? Why we want to see him guard Anthony Edwards? Why
because
you want to see
the other team's best nigga was a guard. Stupid.
Bro, you keep moving the goalposts.
No, I didn't move the goalposts, nigga. Shai did not guard Tyrese Halliburton like that.
It's okay if he don't guard him as long as they're not the same position. We're in a positionless basketball right now, brother.
You're right. You damn right. And Shai better play center next time I fucking see him get on the court.
That's fine. It's positionless basketball, nigga.
Please go to the next topic because he's goofy.
No, you're goofy. This shit don't make sense.
Next topic. This nigga want to talk about positionless basketball like Steph Curry about to go guard fucking Miles Turner, bro. Stop.
If he don't play defense and he's not their best player, it would be Siakam or Halliburton.
My bad. Luka gonna go lock Chet Holmgren ass up.
He might.
Luka guard.
Probably good.
He might, nigga. He might.
Chet is giving that nigga balls to the face.
Fuck around. Them niggas
next topic, Tim. Please tell. We started to talk some.
We're gonna go to the next topic, man.
Please.
All right, so now we're gonna switch to football. As y'all see what's going on in the NFL right now, we're gonna talk about the AFC North power shift after the Steelers' aggressive trade that they did. You agree with it? I think they did pretty good actually. I ain't gonna lie, low key, the Steelers been cooking this offseason, man, with the moves that they've been making. Now just depends on if they can bring all the pieces together. So
I think they made good moves, but I don't see them beating no Ravens.
You don't think that'd be but then because they got the Ravens, they
I'm
got the
not gonna lie.
Bengals, and they got the Browns in their division.
The Steelers are one of the most documented teams who's able to contain Lamar and the Ravens, but I still don't see them beating the Ravens.
And that was my question. Do you think the Steelers have enough to challenge the Ravens and Bengals now?
No,
I think they can give a run for their money.
I think the Bengals, yes, just because the
Yeah.
Bengals they are like 2-3 pieces away on defense from being a dominant team in the AFC. Their offense is already crazy good. It's just that, like Jordan's always mentioned, that if the Bengals can shore up a couple of defensive positions, I think they'd be fire. But as far as the Ravens go, bro, their whole team makeup, Steelers aren't touching that, bro. Not with DK Metcalf. I'm not gonna lie. Not as your number one option. No.
You don't think he could be a well, yeah. I ain't even gonna ask that question because I mean we already seen footage and stuff like that and everything. I think he was good with his years when he was with Russ, but what you think, Jordan? Do you think they actually have a chance against the Ravens and the Bengals this year?
no. Not unless Jalen Ramsey gonna guard the best receiver.
Oh
Jalen-
my God! This
Oh wait, no,
man here.
bro, they got rid of Minka Fitzpatrick too for Jalen.
Yeah, but they said
Bro,
Jalen
no. Oh, I forgot about that. And Ramsey's not. Ramsey's playing corner, ain't he? He not going to safety.
They said
I
they're
don't
gonna
know.
have
That's the
him
crazy
play
thing
safety.
because you know they got him, they got Darius Slay, and then they got Porter also. So somebody got to play the slot.
I mean, Ramsey probably played a slot. He's the most
No, they
physical
said
out of
they're
all
gonna
of them.
play Ramsey a little bit at safety. They got to
I
replace
mean,
him.
maybe. Them getting rid of Minka Fitzpatrick is crazy
It's
because that
crazy.
man was a staple of their defense and the secondary.
Very
TJ Watt and their whole defensive line was getting to the backfield, and Minka was flying all over the backfield, or not the backfield, but he was flying all over the deep.
I thought it was a
ball.
very meaningless trade, but I also think the DK trade was meaningless. I think them picking up Aaron Rodgers was meaningless. So I don't think
Yeah, I
Who's
feel
their
like they're
running
trying to
back?
go all in for something
they
that.
got Caleb Johnson from Iowa, and then they have Jalen Warren still, I think.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. No, the Steelers didn't make no good moves to not to beat the Ravens.
Yeah,
don't
not
They
to be the
probably
Ravens.
they're probably not even gonna beat the
got
Bengals.
better. I think they stayed at the level that they would have been if they would have brought back Russ, kept Minka. I don't like the moves.
I don't know though. I think maybe it'd be a good dog fight, but I think they might make number 2 in their division, like in the AFC North in their division. So I think it'd be the Ravens because Cleveland, they quarterback situation is trash right now, and they team is just everywhere. And then, like you said, the Bengals, they defense, man. They have
Hey,
a
we're not
wonderful
going to
offense, bro. They have
We're
a
just gonna
great
say
offense. It's
we're
just
gonna
they
say they're mid and go
defense.
on
They
about
need to upgrade their defense, man. They need to upgrade
Oh,
their defense, Jordan.
all I'm gonna say is the only reason why the Bengals is making it without a defense is because you got to stop them from scoring 56 points a game.
That's
I'm just
true. I
saying.
don't understand that. And
I'm
they was
just
in a
saying.
lot of close games last year, right? They was in a
But to
lot of
who
close
though?
games.
They was losing close games to like predominant teams. The Steelers was
Yeah,
just
I
a
get
regular.
that.
to the Ravens, to the Commanders. We just need
All these
defense.
teams made a deep playoff run.
Yeah.
The Steelers barely went
Steelers
50
beat
ball.
them last year. You know what I'm saying? When they have Russ and even Fields playing, when they play
I'm not gonna lie,
against the
Russ
Ravens.
and Aaron Rodgers at this point in their career are the same quarterback. It's not gonna. They didn't get any better.
Why
Correct.
you look like that, Jordan? What you think?
No, I agree with that.
You agree? Yeah, I agree with it too.
I think they stayed in the. They'll be around the 500, maybe a game or two over, but I don't think it just that big of a change. Russ had
Because
a
my
decent.
thing is, so if you saying that, then like I said, like I could be wrong, but if you saying that they gonna stay around that, I mean, they were second in the division last year. And they made playoffs.
That's okay. We're not
All
the
they
best.
do is just like you said, they're in the same. If they Russ and A-Rod are about the same player, I mean, they kind of get the same level of play. I mean, they might be. I
They
think they
gonna
might be
still
taking that
play 9
division like it
games,
was last year.
but the Bengals gonna go win 11-12, and the Ravens gonna go win 11-12. So I mean,
And don't get me wrong, I like Joe Burrow. Like you said, I have faith in him. Like you said, scoring wise, but shit, they defense got to stop the other team from scoring too. So it's just really a toss up, and it's weird too because one year the Bengals be good, then the next year they don't, and then it's like they'll be good again, and then they don't. It just be so weird with the Bengals.
brother,
Like I don't know, it's just weird with them, man.
it's injuries.
Yeah, true. That is true. That is true. The injuries. So I mean, we just kind of ranked it, but you know what I'm saying, how do you rank the AFC North right now? So who would be number 1 to y'all?
Ravens, Bengals, Steelers, and then the Browns. But the Ravens and the Bengals, I do believe they'll tie, or it'll be a 1-game separation between the two. I don't think we should be. Hopefully, we're gonna be healthy this whole next year, and our defensive coordinator decide to get this shit together and come with a better scheme.
What you think, Jamar?
I already said my piece. I think Steelers can probably go slightly above 50 or be at 50.
So what you think it's gonna be Ravens? Basically, pretty much like Jordan said, Ravens, Bengals.
I mean,
Browns.
it all depends on what kind of. Personally, it all depends on what kind of defensive scheme their defense coordinator comes up with for the Bengals, because they really don't need to have a top 10 defense. They really just need their defense to get 3 to 4 stops during the game, and then the Bengals offense will take over.
Okay, let me ask y'all a question real quick, because I was getting a lot of flock on social media on a post.
Flack, brother.
Oh, flack.
Same
My
here.
bad, man. My bad.
ahead, my
flack for a post, because basically I had put that out of the 3 teams around 2027, either the Bengals, the Bills, and Detroit will win a championship. You know, be the first for their franchise. And people was going off on me because I said that the Bengals had a solid defense. Do y'all believe that they have a solid defense, or they don't?
I believe they have a mid NFL tier defense. So yes, it's a solid defense.
Yeah.
It's an average defense, yeah.
So, right. And people was
Their
like,
defense, I would say their defense is like the Cowboys' defense. Like, some games they look great, some games they look poor, but they're pretty average.
people was going in on me on social media, and it was like, "What's solid defense? Where's the solid defense? What players do they have?" I'm like, they're not bad, but they're not good. They're in the middle. They're solid. Like, they okay.
That defensive secondary is crazy. Jai Alexander, I forgot about him going to the Ravens. That's a crazy secondary.
Bro, the Ravens defense is insane, brother.
Pray for Joe Burrow. Pray.
Oh, you talking about the Ravens?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm not gonna lie though, Jared Alexander still can't guard fucking what's his name though?
Who?
I don't know. Who's y'all's receiver? What's his name?
Jamar
Higgins?
No.
Jamar?
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about Chase? Oh, my bad.
No, I'm not saying anything outside of that, but that's still a crazy defense, though.
Well, he won't be going him anyway.
Who would?
Why not?
It won't be Marlon Humphreys.
Yeah.
He came in the league.
Didn't he give Marlon Humphreys 150 yards?
He done used and abused him since he came in the league, Bucko. I'm not hearing none of that.
Marlon Humphreys is not a good defender when it comes to speedy receivers who can
I know.
run out.
I was just bullshit. I just want to say that.
He's a strong DB. He's a Jalen Ramsey. He the type of nigga you put on like they best like DK Metcalf.
I was just about to say like DK
big
Metcalf.
Physical receiver or the tight end. And lock that shit up.
But they got a defense though. They got Hamilton. They got Malik Starks from Georgia. Hooper. Boy, they got a defense.
Bro, their linebackers, all of them run a 4.2.
That's
insane.
That's crazy.
All of that just to lose in the first round of playoffs game.
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. If Lamar can't get it done with this team in the next 2 years, he's a bust.
I won't say he's a bust. He does not.
Their defense has been the top 5 defense for the last 2 to 3 years, bro.
I think he's just one of those quarterbacks that need a great receiving core, and he does not have that.
Bro, you got a great defense. Make it happen, brother.
I think so too, though. I think, like you said, I think he needs a great receiving core in order to make it happen.
So
I'm not trying to say it's an excuse.
What you're saying is he ass at being a quarterback, because now it sounds like you calling him a running back.
You can call him ass as being a quarterback, but if
you say he needs a receiving core to win a ship with a top 3 defense, you're telling me he's an ass quarterback.
They're dropping the ball, Bucko. He's throwing the ball, they're just dropping it.
And I could say too, Lamar Jackson has improved as a thrower.
A lot.
When he first came in late, I mean, damn.
I don't want to hate on that man, but he's gonna have to get it done in the next 2 to 3 years.
I agree with you because he's been in MVP conversation. He has won multiple MVPs. in the NFL
I don't
has
know if he
been
should
to the
have
playoffs
multiple, but
countless of time.
That's politics, though.
that is politics. But yeah,
Has he made it to
the Super Bowl, no.
no, not the Super Bowl, the AFC
I'm petty.
championship?
I
He
think
hasn't made it to the AFC championship, have he?
I don't think so.
Maybe not actually.
No.
Hey, all I can say is the only team to beat the Chiefs out of the AFC lately is the Bengals. We got the formula. We just got to get there, baby. We gonna win a Super Bowl within the next few years. Forget the Ravens. Forget the Bills.
Well, hey,
believe
y'all call it now.
And Josh Allen.
Y'all slot my ticket now, bro. Y'all know I'm a Pat Mahomes fan, a huge one. The Chiefs are not winning anything else for the next 5 years, bro.
I think you're off. A lot.
No, bro, they hold on. They lost a lot of their offensive linemen. Every year they lost one of their key offensive linemen, which we've seen the defenses who have a great front four destroy them when it comes to the playoffs. We've seen that. They lost another offensive lineman this year. They have not gone and got him a good route running for sure catching receiver because they got rid of D-Hop. Travis Kelce's on the decline. Rashee Rice can't stay out of trouble.
He's good now.
Hold on. I'm just saying. Rashee Rice can't stay out of trouble. Running back, we don't know how the running back's going to come back because he's gotten injured now. And we know how it is with running backs. Once you start getting injured, them injuries don't stop. Their defense, they started losing players. They are slowly going on a decline. Andy Reid's going to scheme some shit up. Don't get me wrong. But for you to have a guy like Pat Mahomes who's gotten it done 3 times, but you're noticing he needs protection or he needs a better receiving core and you can't get it to him, bro, they're failing him. It's over. I think it's over for Chiefs Kingdom.
I think they got the right pieces around him now. He got 2 speedy receivers. That's really what all he really needs. He needs somebody to get out of that thing. He got Xavier Worthy, Jesus Christ, English. Yeah. And then he got Marquise Brown. Brown was hurt last year
Brown can't stay healthy to save his life.
I think he's gonna be okay. I think they're gonna be okay.
I do agree. If Brown can stay healthy, Rashee Rice can stay out of trouble, I think they might be able to make something happen. Yeah. But the problem is, I'm going off of history. Brown can't stay healthy. Rashee Rice hasn't played a full season. And he's only played 2 years. And he hasn't played a full season, not one of them, because of trouble.
He blew up his knee 1 year. That don't count.
Either way, he hasn't been able to play a full year.
You're right.
And they're talking about another case that might be coming up on his ass.
Oh.
So I think it's over for the Chiefs, bro. I think they're on a slow decline. Unless they fix something, they're on a slow decline.
I think
because Pat Mahomes is throwing to Noah Gray now, and that ain't good.
He gonna make him a superstar.
I don't think you can make Noah Gray a superstar, bro.
It's okay. I think they'll be okay.
I think he can.
Yeah, I think they'll be all right.
Because they got Mecole Hardman too, but they don't even use him. They use him for special teams.
They never signed him again.
They didn't? Because they traded for him and then they used him strictly for special teams.
Yeah. I think he was always never that good. And they just had a Tyreek Hill that helped a lot.
But yeah, so I mean, we'll see. I'm a Pat Mahomes fan, but I hate seeing him be done like this.
But they got to be able to afford everybody too, you know.
I agree, but why is Chris Jones getting a max deal, bro? He's about to retire.
Bro, that don't matter. You're disrespectful to the OGs going out. You pay for the ones who helped you get where you are.
I'm not gonna lie. This is where I don't agree with OGs and I don't agree with niggas, period. You seen what the winning formula is. Me. I hate that nigga to death. But that nigga is a certified winner because he is smart and makes smart business decisions when it's time to capitalize on your career.
Wait, who was talking about?
Tom Brady.
Oh, Tom Brady.
Tom Brady took pay cuts every goddamn year to get players.
I don't think he's ever one of the highest paid.
I think it's bro. Niggas are too entitled, bro. That's a whole nother topic. We could talk about political and other issues later.
Do I hear racism in the chat? Oh, cancel culture. Cancel him.
Bro, cancel culture in the hands of the LGBTQ community, brother.
Hey, let's not go there. Let's not go there, brother.
Hey, Mike wants to know are the Cowboys going to the playoffs this year?
Bro, the Cowboys winning the Super Bowl. Said nobody ever.
The Cowboys are probably going 50. We probably gonna go. How many games are there? 18. We're probably gonna go 9-9.
No, there's 17, right? 17. They're talking
17.
about going 18, but
Oh,
there's
even
17.
even worse. We're going 8-9. Yeah, no. Mm-mm. Cowboys, we ain't going to the playoffs for a while.
Yeah, that's tough, brother, because y'all got the Commanders, y'all got the Eagles over there. I do think the Eagles will not be as dominant.
So personally, I'm not gonna lie to you. We're not even worried about the Commanders, bro. The problem is we're worried about Dak Prescott, and he's not gonna get it done.
I don't think the Cowboys go this year.
I think they have a chance.
Mm-mm.
The only chance they get is if
Every
Jaden
our
Daniels
division's getting better, and we consistently stay the same.
Yep.
We're not doing
So
shit.
when I look at the NFC just as a whole,
I said what I said, Mike. We're not worried about the Commanders, nigga. We weren't worried about y'all last year. We're not gonna be worried about y'all next year or the year after that, brother.
I don't know, brother. They got better as a whole.
That's cool.
I think
That's
only
cool.
thing is we have to
And when
see,
the Eagles are the number one team, guess what? We still went 1-1 with them. The Commanders still went 1-1 with them. It doesn't matter. We're in our division. We're not worried about the fucking Commanders, bro. We're worried about Dak Prescott being able to fucking perform.
That's true, but I think also too, we have to see if Daniels could be able to perform his second year though.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes they do have that.
Is he gonna have that CJ Stroud season?
Yeah, man.
No, CJ
Stroud, he was
a lot less.
He was okay. He was decent, but
He wasn't bad.
it's kind of a disappointment, you know, coming from his rookie year to his second year, which I think he'll have a bounce back season next year.
He didn't have a bad year. He just had a lot less.
I think NFC. I think the Dallas they'll be a wild card team. I don't think they'll win the division. I think they'll be a wild card. I mean, let's see. Let's see. Okay, look at the NFC. I say what you got.
The Giants are gonna get dog walked. We know that.
I'm talking about the whole NFC in order for Dallas to be a wild card. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think they could have a chance to make the, you know, be in a wild card.
Shut up. My fault, Till. Shut up, Jordan.
They're not going, brother.
Why you say that?
It's too much.
I think they actually have a chance. They made some really good upgrades to the team.
Huh? We went and got a YN and didn't do anything on the defense, bro. What good moves did we make?
Y'all still got the solid core pieces, and y'all got some good veterans that y'all picked up for really cheap.
Still ain't paid.
First off, we went and got some trash pile running backs.
But then y'all drafted 2, so that made so much sense.
Drafted 2. So now we got 6 running backs for no reason. We went and got a YN who, instead of catching the ball, is down there catching helmets. On defense, we still got the same defense. We just got rid of DeMarcus Lawrence trash behind. We didn't do anything.
Defense.
We didn't.
Everybody's gonna be rusty. I'm calling
it.
I'm gonna say Dallas is gonna go and be a wild card this year. They're gonna make the playoffs. I'm gonna call it.
I'm done getting my hopes up with the Cowboys, Tim.
I said playoffs. I ain't say championship now. I ain't say we go to the Super Bowl. I said playoffs, baby.
The Cowboys should have been a playoff team for the last 7 years. Okay? And we've done terrible.
I mean, y'all except last year, y'all made it to the playoffs because
we don't even need to make a Super Bowl. I just want to see us get to a conference championship. Never gonna happen in my lifetime, apparently.
Greedy.
You never know that.
That's greedy.
It could happen.
A conference championship? How's that greedy?
That's really greedy.
I'm not gonna die, but
with the roster,
I pray to God I'm not gonna die before at least I hit 60. So in 60 years, you can't make a conference championship? That's greedy.
I'm gonna be honest. The Browns might be better than y'all.
I'm gonna be honest. I hope the Bengals go negative this year.
Bro, see, you're not even being realistic now. I was being for real.
No, you're being spiteful.
Realistic.
You're being spiteful.
Well, Mike, you know, sometimes you got to be whispered. I'm punching in for the Cowboys that they're going to make the playoff this year, and I'm calling it now. And we got this recorded so everybody could see it. So when we do blow up and everybody know who we are, and they be like, yeah, they could either be like, yeah, Tim knew who he was talking about. They could be like, man, that nigga Tim don't know shit. And I'm okay with both. I don't mind. I'll take the heat. So I'm punching it in now so we can talk about this. when they do make the playoffs, and I go back to the record, and I be like, I told y'all that the Dallas Cowboys are gonna make the playoffs. So I think they got a chance, man. I'm not a Dallas Cowboys fan, but I kind of like the pieces that they did, the moves that they did. It's just like you said, it kind of rides on Dak Prescott. It depends on what kind of Dak Prescott we're gonna get this year in the regular season.
What you mean? We ain't got a good Dak. Well, we haven't got a winning Dak Prescott yet, brother.
Hey,
I said regular season. I didn't say playoffs. I said regular season because we can't act like 2 or 3 years ago Dak Prescott was not in the MVP conversation in voting at all. I think he was like third or second when he like 1 year.
Yeah, he almost won, and he got hurt.
Yeah. So
I don't want to talk about them inflated stats.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
So back to JMR with in basketball. Talking about
oh my god, dude!
All right, hey, it's been a great show.
It's going
I'm
completely
gonna catch
left.
y'all boys.
It's going left than where y'all thought it was going. So, you was talking about people taking max deals or whatever, and it's selfish. So let me get your take on this. We all know Jaron Jackson just got paid what 5 years, $240.
Jaron Jackson, yeah,
from Memphis. Do y'all think he knew he was gonna need surgery for his toe before he signed that contract?
Yes.
You say
Yes.
you think he up? He just do you? Okay. Better question is,
hold on, real quick.
He went to the team and was like, "Hey, my toe is messed up. I need to have surgery, but I still want the what's called." Because it came out the next day he hurt his toe when he was training. I think
the next day.
Yes, I think it was already hurt and he just wanted it back.
Exactly. I agree, and that's why I say I'm all for players getting their money, but at the end of the day, I think players need to be realistic.
I mean, he was realistic. He was Defensive Player of the Year. He's had good seasons when he's been healthy, but I mean, if he really did sign,
hold on. What I mean by being realistic, right? Yeah, you won Defensive Player of the Year, bro. You're a big man who averages less than 8 rebounds a game. Let's start there.
Rebound.
No, when you're playing defense, you should be able to rebound. Dwight Howard won Defensive Player of the Year and was rebounding.
He got a Zach Eden, whatever his name is. We got a 7-footer. What you need to rebound for?
No, my thing is, if Zach Edey's boxing out their other center, no, Jaron Jackson's too athletic to not be grabbing rebounds with Zach Edey in the post, boxing the other big out. There's no excuse for why Jaron Jackson doesn't have 10 rebounds a game.
He be tired.
Zach Edey has a lot.
Josh Hart got more rebounds per game than him. I'm not hearing that.
More.
If you're a big man and you have less rebounds per game than Josh Hart, you got to be realistic with yourself.
But bro, let's be realistic. Josh Hart is a dude that go to play pickup, and he just go to play defense.
I'm not gonna lie. Josh Hart probably go play pickup and drop niggas off for 40. That's probably the only time he gets to go for 40. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's probably but that's like Pat Bev. When you see Pat Bev play pickup, bro, he's trying to drop 40.
He's a menace.
But
I do think he's figured out his role in the league, and he's getting paid for it, just like Pat.
All right, last topic, Tim. What's up?
All right, we're gonna go on to the last topic of the night.
It's a fast one too.
So the last topic is
a quick one.
The best quarterback heading to the 2025 season. Who is the best quarterback in the league right now?
Joe Burrow.
Pat Mahomes.
Joe Burrow.
Why you say Joe Burrow?
Triple crown last year, didn't he? Complete yards and that might have just been Jamar, but he damn near led the league in passing yards. Go bye.
Pat Mahomes.
And he don't have the same offensive line Pat Mahomes had last year. He still got a shitty line. Pat Mahomes' line is light years better than him, and he's still doing more.
I'm gonna still say Pat Mahomes too.
Since Joey Burrow's entered the league, he's had a better receiving core than Pat Mahomes. And how many Super Bowls does Joey B have?
It don't matter. Let him.
No. Pause. How many Super Bowls does Joey B got?
I mean, give him some time in the pocket.
I'm just saying.
Give him some time in the pocket. I'm just saying. Give him time in the pocket.
Everybody was like, "Oh, Pat Mahomes ain't gonna do nothing without Tyreek Hill," and then went and got 2 Super Bowls and then almost three-peated. Best quarterback in the league.
With a great offensive line and a good defense.
Joey Burrow is number 2 though.
You put Joe Burrow in that same situation. Joe Burrow wins the championship this year. They don't lose to the Eagles.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Joe Burrow probably falls off the face of the mat.
Next question. Oh, shut the front door. Please hush. Please.
Wait, say that one more time. What'd you say? So
he said that Joey Burrow's gonna lead the Chiefs to a Super Bowl and Pat Mahomes instead.
What?
I'm saying he asked he said to repeat what you said, and I just told him. You said Joey Burrow wins a Super Bowl and Pat Mahomes instead for the Chiefs.
I said if Joe Burrow went to the Chiefs, they would have won this year. That's what I said. They would have won. Yeah.
That's a tough take. I don't know. That I gotta think about that one. I ain't gonna lie. That's
Nope. All right, next.
a
Who's
good
number
scenario.
2? Pat Mahomes number 1. Who's number 2? I got Joey B.
Pat
I
Mahomes.
seen somebody put Jalen Hurts number 2. What y'all feel
I'm
about
not
that?
gonna lie. I probably got the other white man as number 2.
I don't like
Who?
Josh Allen, so I can't.
Josh Allen.
He's not
You
that
don't
good.
like Josh Allen? Yeah, you said that.
I don't like Josh
I'm
Allen.
not gonna lie. I don't like Josh Allen either. But they took away all this man's first receiver options, and this man was still a dog.
He's a running
And
back.
there's something about bringing that dog out of somebody that I'm like, I gotta respect it. So I put him at number 2.
Man, it's
And then
so hard because
and then I got Joey B at number 3 though. I got you, Jordan. Joey B number 3.
Joe, Pat, the rest of the field. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna put Lamar over Josh Allen.
Who said I didn't see nobody. Who said who? Tim? You said somebody else?
No, yeah, I was looking at I was just saying I was looking at content on TikTok, and they basically had their 5 top quarterbacks. They had Patrick, they had Jalen Hurts, they had Josh Allen, they had
Stop the
Joe
cap.
Burrow.
Stop the cap. Jalen Hurts is not no.
I can't put Jalen at 2.
Why
I
not?
put Jalen Hurts at like 5.
You put him at 5?
He's
Why not
not
2 though? He just came off of a Super Bowl run.
Hold on, pause. Time out.
No, I'm just saying.
He came off a Super Bowl as a running back.
He did not come off as a running back, first of all. We're not doing this today.
Bro, stop.
We're not doing this today.
Hold on, pause.
He
First
got
off,
looked at the video
nobody
like
gave
200 yards in the Super Bowl.
wait. Nobody gave a damn about Jalen Hurts when he was playing for OU, and that was my boy. I supported him even though he went to a rival. He went to a rival team, and I still supported Jalen Hurts. But I'm not going to sit here and say that he won that Super Bowl as a quarterback. He definitely won that hoe as a running back.
He won that hoe as a quarterback.
No, he didn't.
He did.
He's definitely number 6. I give Jalen Hurts number 5.
He only threw 221 yards in the Super Bowl.
They didn't have to throw for crazy yards. Their defense dominated the game.
Yeah, their defense and their running game dominated the whole season.
No, we're talking about the Super Bowl.
So last year, well, when the season ended or whatever like that this year, but he threw for 2,900 yards. He had 18 touchdowns, 5 interceptions.
Damn. That sound like backup numbers.
That's great numbers. 5 interceptions, that's great numbers.
Bro, shut up. We're talking about the 2,000 yards. That's crazy.
3,000 yards, damn near.
He has the number 1 receiving core in the game.
I don't think so.
Who's number 1?
I was just about to ask y'all that. Who would be the number 1 wide receiving core?
Who's the number 1 receiving core?
The team that got the Triple Crown winner on it.
Okay. I'll give you that. Who's number 2?
I'm fine with the Eagles going 2, but they're not 1.
Exactly. There's no way you're throwing for 2,000 yards and you have the craziest offensive pass receiver game out there.
Okay. If we're gonna put the Bengals at 1 and the Eagles at 2, let's compare the offensive teams there. Okay, the Bengals is a pass-heavy team. The Eagles got damn near the best running back in the fucking game.
No. I'm talking about last season because the Eagles have had this receiving core for a minute. His passing numbers are not there. Not to have the number 1 receiving or number 2 receiving core. Be real. Like, literally, now you're trying to compare him to Joey Burrow. You're fighting to put him in front of Joey Burrow.
I'm not comparing him to Joe Burrow.
No. The way you're arguing for him, you're trying to throw Joey Burrow out of number 3 position.
I'm not. Joe Burrow
because one of them has a Super Bowl and the other one doesn't. And they both got a top tier receiving core.
He can't do nothing about that.
Jalen Hurts is a great running back too.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
But
I need it. If you fit into a scheme to where you run 2 to 3 yards a drive, you're just a running back now. I forgot.
Run 2 to 3 yards a drive. Bro, he's averaging like 100 and something rushing yards. Bro, he has more rushing touchdowns than Lamar Jackson.
Who?
The tush push, nigga.
Jalen, that's what I'm saying, bro. That's how they score.
It's a 2 to 3 yard play.
Bro, I love Jalen Hurts to death, brother.
Let's see.
But he's more of a threat with his feet than he is throwing the ball. His receivers make him better than what he is.
He rushed for 630 yards and he had 14 touchdowns.
What's Jared Goff's numbers? Because I'm pretty sure they're better than his.
For rushing?
Together, I don't think so.
You said for rushing? You want rushing?
For passing. Who had the most rushing touchdowns for quarterbacks?
Let's see. I'm pretty sure it might be Lamar Jackson.
Josh Allen win MVP this year.
You said what? Josh Allen should have won MVP this year. The
I
boy did
said,
his thug
how
nizzle.
did he-
He won his thug nizzle, bro. He did his job.
brother. In 2023, he had 4,300 passing yards. 2022, 4,300 passing yards. 21, 43. 2020, 45. 37 this year. How is that an MVP year? And he hasn't won since then.
He had 37, and he lost all his starting receivers. What are you
Oh
talking
my
about?
goodness, you can't do that, brother.
For you to put up, bro, Jalen Hurts had 2,000 with the number 2 receiving core that we just agreed upon. Stop the cap.
I didn't say Jalen Hurts should have won.
Jalen
Stop
Hurts
the cap.
had 14 rushing touchdowns. It was the most in the league.
Who?
Jalen Hurts.
Exactly my point. And who do I think should be having the most rushing touchdowns for quarterback? Lamar Jackson. So the fact that he got more than him, Lamar Jackson got more passing yards, probably more rushing yards, less rushing TDs, and more passing TDs than
he got 4 rushing touchdowns. He rushed for 915 yards.
I'm just saying.
And then Jaden Daniels had 6 touchdowns and he rushed for 891 yards.
So he's a running back too, Jaden Daniels.
How many passing yards did Jaden Daniels have?
Oh, here we go with this.
Let's see. Let me pull it right up.
So
he had 3,568 yards.
Damn, 3,568 yards? That's crazy. With one receiver,
had 25
right?
touchdowns and 9 interceptions.
Damn.
I just asked a question.
That's crazy.
I just asked a question.
That's crazy.
Because his numbers overall sound better than Josh Allen's, but hey.
No, it don't, bro. Stop. Josh Allen had a lot of rushing touchdowns this year, too.
Yeah, 200.
Yeah, Josh Allen had 12. He was right behind Jalen Hurts.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Stop the cap.
Push.
Yeah, that
Josh Allen don't do the tush push.
No, I'm talking about for Jalen Hurts. That put him over the top. But he
Josh
threw
Allen
for
I get that.
3,731. Josh Allen had 28 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. So him
come on.
Him and
y'all want to give Lamar Jackson the MVP so goddamn bad. Stop.
Think about
Lamar
it.
had
Daniels
41 touchdowns, 4 interceptions.
I don't care.
Now we don't fucking care. There is no
Look,
keeping
compare the offenses.
You just said you can't do that.
No, I've been saying to do that.
No,
that's why I said Jalen Hurts is falling down
has a pass first offense. It was a different thing then because of the receiver score is so good. Jalen Hurts has a fucking phenomenal running back, nigga. I'm not throwing that bitch either if I don't have to. It don't make sense.
Lamar has a phenomenal running back too.
Who?
Lamar.
Lamar? Oh yeah, he does. But he throwing that motherfucker.
Put up better numbers than Josh Allen.
And both of them have a top 3 defense.
He put up better numbers than Josh Allen. He had a better season.
Don't care, bro.
Lamar Jackson had a better season.
Josh Allen won that bitch. Josh Allen won that bitch. Josh Allen won that bitch.
I think they should have swapped. I think Josh Allen should have won last year and Lamar should have won.
No. Fuck no. Last year, fucking one of the who was it? No, actually this year Saquon should have won that bitch.
Barkley should have won it.
Saquon should have won that bitch this year. I agree. Yeah. If you're gonna give it to a quarterback, which the MVP is a quarterback award, I'm giving it to Josh Allen, bro. Josh Allen.
I say that because Josh
Allen was a warrior, bro.
Well, this is my case for it. Only because Lamar Jackson was a little bit better than Josh Allen. But last year, like Josh Allen threw for like over 4,000 yards.
No, he did not.
He did throw for.
I'm referenced from this season being last season because we're transitioning. So
he threw for 4,300 yards and he had 29 touchdowns.
Okay, thank you. He had a better season last year.
I think he should have won it last year. I mean, his turnovers was pretty high, but he still was, like you said, he really didn't have a number one option like that, to be honest. Really, these past 2 years, I mean, when you think about it, for him to do what he'd be able to do.
Exactly.
But I felt like Lamar was just a little bit better.
We've already seen you can put a quarterback in Lamar's spot and the team is still going to be successful in winning games.
Who was that?
You take Josh Allen off the Bills team, they're fucked.
Oh, who was that? Who did they put into the Ravens?
The quarterback who made the All-Star game as a backup for the fucking Ravens.
You talking about the one that made it in there because everybody said they didn't want to go?
Nigga, I'm talking about the one who put up the stats to be in consideration because there was plenty of quarterbacks who could have made it above him.
Go look at his stats. Them hoes was sad. Them hoes
Bro,
is
he
not
played.
elite, brother.
Them hoes was not bad, brother.
Did nobody want to go?
And they were winning games.
I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna pull it up.
And they were winning games.
Because they have a top 3 defense.
Oh my God.
There we go. It's
So they're
stats.
winning games because of their defense.
They're winning games as a team.
What year was this, Jordan? Was this last year or?
That was 2 years
Stop
ago.
the cap,
It
bro.
20,
That was rude of me, but stop the cap.
I don't know what year it was.
Stats. Here we go. You want to hear his stats? Tyler Huntley, that's his name. His stats you was talking about. He threw for 203 yards and had 3 touchdowns.
That shit is sad, nigga. But that. Oh yeah, let's give him the Pro fucking Bowl. Let's take him to the Pro Bowl. Shit is sad, brother. It's sad. That shit is sad.
Bro, that wasn't the season he played like 8 games.
That's the season you're talking about.
No, bro. 200 yards. Bro, he threw for more than 200 yards in that season.
I mean, look, Jordan said 2023, man. That's the one I'm going out.
No, you got to find the season he played 8 games because he had more than 200 passing yards.
I got you.
Be for real.
Let's see. Well, that 2023, he played 5 games and threw for 203 yards. Then look, in 2022, he played 6 games and threw for 658.
That's 50 yards a game.
Played 6 games and threw for 658 yards as a backup quarterback. He said in 2022.
Yeah, 2022. And then 2021, he played 7 games and threw for 1,081 yards.
How many games? How many games?
Sounds like he should play more games.
How many games?
Sounds like he should play more games.
When he threw for 1,000.
How many did he play in that one?
7. So he would have threw the same amount of yards as Jalen Hurts if he played the full season.
No.
What are you talking about? There's 17 games. In 7 games he threw for 1,000.
I could kind of see it. Because look, that's 7 games right there. Then you do another 7. That's 14. That's another 1,000 yards. That's 2,000 already.
He's not.
And then with the last 3 games that he got,
he's not getting that. That nigga's ass. He's not ass.
Oh my goodness.
That shit is sad.
Oh my goodness. Here we go.
I mean, if you project it and do the numbers, if you double it, I kind of see what J-Mar's saying.
Stop doing the cap.
He went to the Super Bowl in 2023.
Who went to the Super Bowl in 2023?
I mean the Pro Bowl in 2023. My bad. 2023.
Tim Crew. But yeah.
He's lost me on that one, Jordan.
That shit is sad. That shit is sad.
It is sad.
That shit is sad.
2023. I gotta go back and actually look at clip on that one. For him to play 5 games, only threw for 203 yards. That's kind of crazy. That's
2023. I don't know. Is that when J.K. Dobbins was going crazy and they just kept feeding him? I don't know. I don't watch the Ravens like that. Especially when Lamar went down. I stopped watching the Raven games altogether.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and look at footage then, because they must have been fighting.
I don't watch the Cowboys. I don't watch the Cowboys when our starters go out. I'm not watching no other team when they starter go out.
Well, you know.
Shit, I don't even think Dak Prescott's made a Pro Bowl.
In 2022.
Maybe one.
In 2023, he played in 6 games. He has 658 yards. That's 100 yards a game. The year he went to the Pro Bowl. Why did he go to the Pro Bowl? Niggas was hurt. That shit's sad.
They were winning.
You can't replace Lamar with just a random nigga.
Were they winning the games? What was the record?
2-2. Or then once he started, he played in a total of 6.
Total of 6. Who they lose to?
I'm not looking at all that.
No, that's what you got to lose. That's what you got to look at, bro. Because if you lost to the Steelers, Lamar loses to the Steelers every time. So what are you talking about?
Pro Bowl with 630 yards in 6 games. He averaged 100 yards a game passing. But Lamar Jackson,
so did Pat Mahomes this last season.
MVP can be replaced.
Yes.
No, nigga.
The same way Dak can be replaced.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm gonna keep my Not close on that one.
If the Ravens are winning with or without, you just said they win because of their defense. That's what you said. Taking your words, they're winning because of their defense.
Who said that?
You can replace it with anybody then.
Who said that?
You
Jordan?
just got a
I
nigga
ain't
that
said
put
it.
up 600 yards.
No, I'm saying Jordan said that.
Okay,
games.
okay.
He'll replace a nigga that is a 2-time MVP.
Who's done what? He ain't even made it to a conference championship.
It's an individual accolade, brother. We're talking about individuals. You said he could
I'm
replace
talking about
No,
winning
nigga, you
games.
said he could be replaced.
Yes.
You referred
For
to this
winning the same amount of games, you can be replaced.
Played six games.
The same way the highest paid quarterback can be replaced with our backup. And we win the same amount of games.
He's not replacing that nigga, brother.
Bro, a lot of quarterbacks in the league are replaceable. Sorry, brother. I'm sorry to tell you that.
Lamar is not one of them.
He might be.
Josh Allen ain't one.
With the team they have, bro, what are they number one in? Not defense. Not offense. Ravens have a top defense. You just said it. Ravens are winning because of their defense. Which means to me, if I have Derrick Henry back there, probably win some games and get some rushing touchdowns and win the game. Just like the Vikings were able to make it to the playoffs with Adrian Peterson, and all they did was run the ball. So what I'm saying is, based off of what you said, I'm letting you know people are replaceable.
The nigga had 41 passes.
Dak Prescott was replaceable with Cooper Rush, and we still made it to the playoffs. Niggas are replaceable, Jordan. When you have the top teams in the NFL, majority of the time, the quarterback is replaceable, brother.
Question. 2-3 years ago? It was what? It was like 3-4 years ago when Cooper Rush went in for Dak.
Cooper Rush has gone in for Dak for majority of the season for like 3 seasons in the last 5 because Dak's been hurt. But Dak was out a whole season because of injury. Dak got injured last season.
When that shit was weak, though, what? It was weak as fuck, right? When the Eagles weren't winning and the Giants was ass and the Commanders still was ass, right?
We're talking about the Eagles are number 1 team.
Not when Cooper Rush got them niggas to the playoffs.
I'm pretty sure the Eagles went to the Super Bowl that year and lost. The year that Cooper Rush took over, and we still made it to the playoffs.
I don't know about that one.
Bro, first off, Dak Prescott's replaceable. I don't care what none of y'all niggas say. Y'all not gonna change my mind.
I don't give a fuck about no Dak.
I ain't trying to change your mind, but I don't think he's replaceable.
Lamar is replaceable.
Lamar very well might be.
Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is not replaceable. Josh Allen is not replaceable. Patrick Mahomes is not replaceable. Burrow is not replaceable.
I'm not gonna lie, but the way the Chiefs have been playing, I love Pat Mahomes to death, but he might be replaceable too.
Oh my God, boy! What? Damn, you might as well just throw away the whole quarterback league then.
Yeah,
you might as well say ain't no quarterback worthy to be playing in the league right now.
Bro, any player that's held on a pedestal and can't win me big games is replaceable to me. I don't care about what you do in the regular season. I care about what you do when the games matter.
So
and if you can't go win me a game,
but Joe
then Josh Allen's replaceable. I agree, but I'm saying I don't know.
Jalen Hurts not replaceable. Then is Patrick Mahomes? Because shit, motherfucker done won what 3 out of the 4, right?
3 out of 5.
3 out of 5. 3 out of 5.
Joe Burrow don't won big games. Jalen Hurts don't win big games.
Joe Burrow has won a conference championship.
So he's not replaceable if he can win you the big game, is what you just said.
I didn't say Joe Burrow I didn't put Joe Burrow on that list, did I? No, I never said his name.
Jalen Hurts was replaceable, correct? Jalen Hurts just won a fucking Super Bowl. What are we talking about? Then before
with that team,
said Josh Allen was not replaceable.
Hold on. Shit. First off, Jalen Hurts gives me Carson Wentz vibes, brother. And I feel like Nick Foles could come in and win that team a Super Bowl. Just saying.
Wait, you think Jalen Hurts give you Carson Wentz vibes?
Yes.
Jalen Hurts is healthy. Carson Wentz ain't.
You telling me Saquon Barkley still doesn't go for like damn near 3,000 yards again?
So let me ask you this.
Are you saying
yes, he does. Jalen Hurts there now.
What tier would you put
2,300, whatever he had.
You said he won't go for it again? Is that
what No, I'm saying you put another quarterback in there. Jalen Hurts or Saquon Barkley is still giving you almost a record-breaking rushing season.
Yeah, you can put any quarterback behind that team.
That's what I'm saying, bro. They have a number one.
Be honest, because they know they still can throw the ball. You go put in the ball. They're not.
Give me any quarterback. Hold on, pause. Give me any quarterback that can throw for 2,000 fucking yards and like get behind the Eagles line and do a fucking push. And I promise you, he's replaceable.
Yeah, I could put Kyler Murray behind that, and he probably win a Super Bowl.
No, the fuck you couldn't. That ain't gonna get lost in the touch push.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. That's crazy.
All up under there.
That's crazy. Hey, real quick, Tim, look up Kyler Murray's passing stats, bro.
All right, you could put what's the name? You could put Matthew Stafford in that offense, and he would do wonderful things in the Eagles' offense, bro.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like,
my
thing is, hold on. I'm not saying. If I'm being honest, after last season, hold on, pause. After last season, I noticed I haven't talked shit about Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is a phenomenal player after last season. He proved to me that Lamar Jackson is living up to the hype that niggas say. However, Lamar still has to win a big game for me. That is the only thing keeping him out of an elite quarterback status is winning the big game.
But Josh Allen is in elite status because he doesn't have a wide receiver.
Josh Allen isn't even. I didn't say Josh Allen was elite. I just said based off his performance last year, I put him at the number 2 just because we've seen he can do crazy things with nothing.
You said he's not replaceable. Early in the conversation, you said he's not replaceable.
No, I said I don't. I said with that team, I don't know.
That team and do what he did.
With Josh Allen?
Yes.
Throw for 3,700 yards, 28 TDs, and have the second most rushing touchdowns as a QB? I don't know. Name somebody who can go do that. And you can't name a top 5 nigga. I'm talking about like the backup coming and do the same shit.
I don't know, because I wouldn't say that he's. I would say he's not replaceable. But going off you said you got to win a big game to be irreplaceable. This nigga ain't won shit. He's replaceable.
Okay, that's fine. I never said Josh Allen wasn't replaceable.
There's
2 niggas I didn't name. I didn't name Joey B and I didn't name Pat Mahomes. Everybody else is up for grabs right now.
Jalen Hurts is,
and the only reason why Jalen Hurts is in that discussion, is because that nigga threw for backup quarterback numbers, nigga. As a starting quarterback with what we agreed as the number 2 receiving core in the league. So that is why I have him
for having a great offensive line and
that man is
better running back.
Yes, that man got a running back. He got an offensive line. He got a receiving core.
Hold on. I get that, but I'm saying, hold on.
Anybody in there, and they just gonna do what he do.
Pause. We're not gonna act like Jalen Hurts didn't have more than 25 passing attempts a game, nigga. You mean to tell me 25 passing attempts a game with our number 2 receiving core, a running back who can catch that bitch out the backfield, take that bitch 90 yards, and a tight end who's the top 10 tight end in the league? You can't go get more than 2,000 passing yards?
Dang, I forgot he do got a top 10 tight end. This man got everything.
No, think of it, Jordan, please. And that nigga has the number 1 offensive line.
Arguably the number 1 offensive line. Rushing year.
Please tell me throwing 25 times or more a game, Jordan.
You're hating on averaging 20 because he has an elite running back.
First off, Jordan, you are the most dream built nigga I know. Quarterback, your number 1 quarterback. Look at Jared Goff and look at Jalen Hurts, brother. You mean to tell me Jared Goff is better than Jalen Hurts at throwing the ball?
I'm not saying that.
Okay, then. So Jalen Hurts should have throwing the ball 25 times a game. You should have more than 2,000 pass yards in the season. I'm just saying.
Goff balls.
You want me to answer that?
Yes.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts is a little bit better than Jared Goff is a little bit better than Jalen Hurts at the moment.
See, this nigga's putting Jalen Hurts or Jared Goff up there. And you mean to tell me he's not replaceable, nigga?
Look, me personally, when it comes to Jalen Hurts, I don't have no bad blood when it comes to Jalen Hurts. It's just like you said. It's just he got all the pieces, and I just feel like he didn't really have to do much. And for you to be a starting quarterback, and like you said, to have a number 2 wide receiving core, I feel like you could at least over 3,000. Maybe like in the middle of the pack of 3,000 yards. As far as a starting quarterback, you're supposed to be a caliber quarterback. And I get it that you got Saquon back there, but you should be able to move the ball easily, man. You got all the pieces, man.
You averaging 130 yards a game passing the ball, nigga. You just shat on T.J. Huntley for that. Tyler Huntley.
Shit on him.
Yeah, you did.
It's sad. Nigga, he's not a Pro Bowl quarterback.
Tim, didn't he just shit on Tyler Huntley for throwing for 130 yards a game?
You did shit on him a little bit, Jordan.
Thank you. You shit on Jalen Hurts the same way you just shit on Tyler Huntley, bro.
You said you could play some Lamar. You couldn't.
Shit on Jalen Hurts the same way you just shit on Tyler Huntley.
The nigga's in a blessed situation. My bad. He has a great running back, historic running back. The fuck you want
to? They did their things. You got to give.
I'm not saying that's his fault.
His longevity, bro.
But I'm saying, bro. All right, for instance, when Pat Mahomes had the fastest receiver in the league, this nigga set records. Have you seen him set records since? No.
Because his.
So what I'm saying is, when you have the opportunity,
we're
why
gonna be mad at
aren't you
Hurts.
capitalizing?
He ain't got to set no goddamn record because that nigga a dog, bro. I don't care what nobody says.
I'm saying, when you have the opportunity, why aren't you capitalizing? You're throwing the ball 25 times or more a game. Why don't you have at least 200 yards passing a game?
Because I have Saquon Barkley back there, and I could just.
Yes, nigga. Your offense should have 400 yards a game with that lineup. That's what I'm saying.
Hold on real quick. Just so we can kind of
on touch push in there.
I hate you, bro.
So we could kind of justify because look, you talking about Jalen Hurts, he had Saquon Barkley, right?
Yeah.
And then you got Lamar Jackson that got Derrick
Henry, and they were competing.
They weren't.
So look, listen real quick, just to make your point real quick. Hold on.
You ain't got no point, Tim. Let's end the show.
Hold on, let me
nigga that just said Tyler
Derrick
numbers because he was
Henry. Listen to Jordan. Listen to this.
Go ahead, Tim.
Derrick Henry rushed for 1,900 yards, right? He had 16 touchdowns, right? So, guess how many Lamar Jackson threw for?
He threw for 44.
For 4,000.
Oh, I was talking about TDs.
yards and had 41 touchdowns. So you telling me Jalen Hurts can't do that? It's a balance.
Saquon had more than Derrick Henry.
And he don't have the number 2 wide receiver.
Hold on. Bro, you're acting like Saquon had. You're saying Saquon had 1,000 yards. They were literally neck and neck. They were literally neck and neck.
Saquon took off on his ass.
The last 2 games
took off on him.
Jalen Hurts. Guess what? Jalen Hurts still threw for 130 yards the whole season.
Bro, so look, Derrick Henry had 1,900 rushing yards. Saquon Barkley had 2,005 yards.
Oh, he took off on him. You're stupid. What's your argument now, nigga?
Oh, hold on. Pause. Jalen Hurts he would have cleared over 3,000 yards, but I forgot he was hurt this year. He would have cleared it. Easy. So he would have got 3,000. You niggas happy? He would have got 3,000. You niggas happy now?
No, nigga, I'm not happy. Trash.
You happy now? Yeah. Oh, and just what you told me to break up earlier too. Kyler Murray stats. He had 3,851 passing yards, 21 touchdowns, 11 interceptions.
How many? 11 interceptions?
Yeah, and 21 touchdown passes. And he had 3,851 yards throwing.
With a go-to receiver, Marvin Harrison Jr. Yeah. Jalen Hurts need to get his game up.
We gonna act like Marvin Harrison Jr. is just some trash on the street?
No, I'm saying he only had one nigga to throw to.
The fucking wide receivers? No, nigga. Put some respect on that nigga name.
Hello, I'm talking about he threw to one receiver the entire season who literally got triple teamed.
He had McBride, who balls, tight end.
Boy, stop the cap, nigga.
He balls. That nigga a solid tight end. No cap. Like for real, he's solid. He is solid, brother. Niggas should just be
Jalen Hurts ain't gonna never win it. And if he do, y'all can slap me when y'all see me. I don't think Jalen Hurts gonna never win a regular season MVP because
he got a ring.
So I feel like me personally, Jalen Hurts is like a tier two kind of type quarterback. Maybe at the bottom of it, close to being a tier 3, but tier 2, I give him that kind of quarterback in the league. That's just me personally.
You're being kind of disrespectful. The nigga's definitely a top 10 quarterback in the league, which isn't a tier 2.
So
he's bottom tier 1.
Let's hear. So who else is a tier 2 quarterback? Because I'm really finna get on your ass now. I done dealt with J Mar for most of this episode, but I'm really finna please.
Hold on. First off, hold on.
Tier 2? Who was a tier 2?
Jordan, I just want to. So we're here, nigga. I did say Jalen Hurts is bottom tier 1. I said Tim's being disrespectful. So even though we're arguing, we're arguing realism here. Tim is wild for that.
We're locked here right now. I don't know what he's talking about.
I'm not saying he's not a top 10 quarterback. I just say he's a top tier 2 quarterback. He's a
top 10 quarterback in the league. You're tier 2?
Yeah.
Who else is give me?
Hold on. First off,
I feel like this. Me personally, there's only like like we just announced, like there's only
We
4
said he's a
really
top
good
6 quarterback. Fuck top 10.
quarterbacks
We
in
said
the
he's a
league,
top
like
6
really,
quarterback.
really good that separates themselves from everybody else.
How many NFL teams
Or
are
that
there?
y'all name, and they're all in the AFC.
32.
How many NFL teams are there? 32?
Yes.
We said he's a top 6 quarterback. That's tier 1, brother.
I didn't say he's a top 6. He's top
I
10.
did.
Okay,
I
okay.
did.
So give
You
me,
did.
give me the 9 in front of him. Give me the 9 in front of him.
I never said that was not in front of him.
You said he's top 10. So there's
He's top 10.
He's at least 10. So there's
Yeah,
9 niggas in
He's
front
in
of
the
him.
top 10.
We're laughing.
So I got Patrick Mahomes. I
Okay.
got Joe Burrow. I got Josh Allen. I got
Okay.
Lamar Jackson. That's
You
4
kinda
right
shaky
there.
already.
That would be my top tier 1 right there. Those 4 because they separate themselves from the league, I believe personally.
So the gap in between 1 and 2 is how big?
You said the gap between 1 and 2?
Yeah.
No. First off, there's no gap in between the 1, 2, and 3. They're damn near all the same.
No, I'm talking about the tiers.
I thought you
tiers.
were talking about the top 3 quarterbacks. My fault.
No. Like the 4 that I named, like they're close, but I feel like Patrick Mahomes still got the lead over them because
I feel like
at the end of the day, everything runs through fucking Patrick Mahomes in the AFC.
I get that. Hold on. I'll get off topic.
correct, but
You
I feel
got
like
4, nigga. I need 5 more.
Very interchangeable. I think 2 to 4 is very interchangeable. So we're all
You said 2 to 4?
2 to 4.
Between what? Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and Joe Burrow?
Very interchangeable. That could be number 2 in the league. But I don't think they're far off from Pat. Pat is just blessed, and that nigga's a dog. But that's not taken away from the other ones because they're dogs too. But
no, fact. That's why I said those guys are literally like right here.
Yes.
Like the gap in between them is like a hair.
But I need.
So
to
you
hear
gave me
the rest.
But you gave me that 4.
Yes, we're on
I
5.
need 5 more, Tim.
I think y'all might hate me for this, but I think Brock Purdy is better than Jalen Hurts.
You said who?
Please end this chat. Please end it. Please, like I'm like.
Tell me why he's not.
We're at 2 hours. Everybody.
No. Tell me why he's not.
Got it.
Tell me why he's not.
Tim,
tell me why he's not.
Forget your tryout.
Tell me why he's not. Look, Brock Purdy threw for 3,864 yards. He averaged 257 a game. He threw for 20 touchdowns, had 12 interceptions. Okay. His quarterback rating was a 96. I mean, that's the lowest it's been. But I feel like Brock Purdy has been a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts as far as passing wise. He's very more accurate than him than me personally.
Okay, so hold on. Let me ask you this.
And Brock Purdy has been to the Super Bowl 2 times already. I mean, he lost both of them.
He had a godly team.
He's been to more NFC conference championship than Jalen Hurts.
Who gives a fuck about a conference championship, Tim?
I'm just saying though.
Why they be saying LeBron not better than Michael Jordan?
I'm just saying.
Hold on, J-Mo. I got a question. You said Brock Purdy had how many yards this year?
He had 3,864.
3,864. Okay, pause. Let's really think about this. The 49ers offense runs through who? He's a bad mamma jamma. I can't think of his name. I know you know it, Tim. I know you know it. Come on.
I don't know it.
Christian McCaffrey, nigga. So you really think he's getting 38 passing yards, 3,800?
Hold on. You can't talk about Christian McCaffrey because Christian McCaffrey was injured majority of the year. And I had him on my fantasy team. He barely played. So how you gonna tell me? He threw for 3,864 yards without Christian McCaffrey in the backfield.
Can I say something?
With Christian McCaffrey.
Hold on, wait. I got you, Jordan. I got you, Jordan.
He did not play this year. He already played.
I'm saying, so Jalen Hurts has somebody who's taking yards out of his mouth. Who's not feeding his family. Saquon Barkley. If Christian McCaffrey was there, he's not free. Brock Purdy's not getting $40 million if Christian McCaffrey is playing this year.
Jordan. Let me I got you, Jordan. Hey Tim, real quick. So I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I respect you, dog. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna start off with that.
You about to say some off the wall shit. Go and say
off the wall shit.
So we've seen hold on. Brock Purdy threw for 3,864 yards, like you said. 20 TDs. What was his record, brother?
It wasn't good this year.
What was his record?
I just told you it wasn't good this year.
No. Don't tell me it wasn't good. Tell me the record.
You got it. Pull it up. You already got it.
Okay. I got you.
You got it.
49ers record. I got you.
They sold the whole team. He's the only one that had a good year. Christian McCaffrey's there. He's not getting 3,800 yards, bro.
Okay.
He is.
Hold on. Last year, when he did have a healthy Christian McCaffrey, he threw for 4,280 yards.
Oh, you mean the year before that? Okay, brother.
So
he's not,
what
So I'm
was the
just
record,
saying.
Tim? Because
he's
I have the
also
record pulled up.
No, pull
He's
it
I
up.
got
Don't say it.
I got
So
the
why
record.
though?
The record was 6-11, Tim.
Why though? Because they
I
had
don't
a
give a
lot of
damn.
injuries on the offensive side, so we can't
I
act
don't.
like we
I
can't
don't
act
give
like
a no,
he
brother.
still did better than Jalen Hurts and Jalen Hurts.
He only threw 2 touchdowns better than Jalen Hurts.
He threw more yards than Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts had a
Yeah.
sick home.
Hey,
I
but hold on,
always
crazy.
say in
I'm
football
saying
with a
though, he
quarterback,
still did
if
better,
you do
and
not
he
have
didn't have
film
Christian
on this said
McCaffrey.
quarterback, they're
He
going to be
didn't have
successful for the first
Brandon
season.
Ayuk.
You
He
don't
didn't
have
have
I
film on
get
this.
that.
Debo was
You can't
hurt
plan for
majority of the
something you
season
don't have
too.
film on. You cannot
Defense
plan
was
for something
hurting
you don't have
too,
film
so
on.
y'all can't just sit
You
here
don't
and
have
say
film
that,
on Brock
oh,
Purdy. You don't know how to plan
record
for
and
him.
everything. He
You have to
still
see
produced
he's
and put
not
up
going to do the same
numbers
thing.
even without his big targets.
Brock Purdy had Dak Prescott inflated numbers last season. They were getting their ass busted.
3,864, that's what you're talking about?
Yes.
You're talking about
He
the
was
year
getting
before
his
that.
the 49ers were getting their ass busted last season, as we've seen. And Brock Purdy was able to capitalize on the defenses when they dropped back into a cover 4. Stop the cap.
There ain't no cap.
That's cap, bro.
No, that's not.
That Brock Purdy is not better than Jalen Hurts.
No, it's not.
All right,
But you know what?
this 5.
Give me 5 better. I'll take it. Give me 4 more. Fuck it. You said Brock Purdy.
I said
You need it.
I
You said Brock
said
Purdy. I still need 4 more.
I said
And
he's in the top 10. I never put what ranked he was in. I just say he's in the
No,
top 10.
brother.
I know, but you told me he's not top 6, and I said he was
I didn't
6.
say top. I said he's not in the top 5.
I said he's 6, and I said he's in top 6.
I thought you said 5.
No, I said top 6.
Oh, my bad. I thought you said 5. My bad.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
I don't have him in the
I'm
top 5.
good.
That's just me.
I'm chilling, Jordan. You got it now. I'm good.
That's just me.
Brother,
Jalen Hurts is still top 6.
My biggest thing is I've always said this.
Who's your number? Wait, time out. My bad. Who's your number 6 then? Because you said Jalen Hurts is number 5, right? For you?
For who? You was talking to Jalen?
Yeah, because he said 6.
You said who's my 5th?
Because you had Patrick Mahomes, you had Josh Allen, you had Joey Burrow, Then you had Lamar Jackson, right?
Mm-hmm.
My understanding. And then you had Jalen Hurts. Then who's your number 6? Or is Jalen Hurts your number 6?
My thing is right now I'd have to look, but I know Jalen Hurts is either 5th or 6th for me because I can't really name anybody else.
All right. What you about to say, Jordan?
It don't matter. This nigga
It does
said
matter.
Brock Purdy was better than boy. I'll tell you, bro. Please.
Go say what you gotta say. You gotta argue. We can argue about it. I mean, this is what the show's for. To bring entertainment. It gets what the people going, riled up.
I'm putting my papers in, bro.
So you telling me if Brock Purdy was in that Jalen Hurts system, you don't think he could do the same thing that Jalen Hurts did, deliver a Super Bowl?
No, because he had a chance with his 49ers.
I don't think he had Chris McCaffrey went to the Super Bowl though, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, he did. Damn.
George Kittle, Debo, Brandon Ayuk.
That is tough.
And that's why I said it's tough. But that was 2 years ago. That was his best season he had so far since he's been a starting quarterback. He threw for 4,000 yards.
So I'm not gonna lie to you.
What are you talking about?
They got all right. So I'm gonna go off of actual analysts because we're not actual analysts. We speaking from ourselves. Tim is technically correct based off of top analyst, but they have him literally the number 1 in the tier 2, possibly the lowest in tier 1 ranking.
Thank you.
But Jalen Hurts is number 5, and Brock Purdy doesn't even come in until number 11, brother.
That's fine. But still, Jalen Hurts is a tier 2 quarterback. Me personally, that's what I'm saying. Jalen Hurts is a good quarterback. Don't get me wrong, but when you got Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, and Joe Burrow, they separate themselves from him. He doesn't do nothing that wows me like before it does.
But hold on.
But what defines Brock Purdy wows you more than Jalen Hurts?
Wait. But hold on. I got a question. What do you define your tier 1 versus your tier 2 as? Because that's gonna let me know whether or not I can let you slide on this, Tim. So tier 1, when you say tier 1 QB, what do you say? What are they?
When I think of tier 1, I think of, like you said, elite.
Okay. So tier 2, what is your tier 2?
So let me think about it.
Don't look down either. Look up at the ceiling so I know you ain't cheating.
No, because I want to make sure I say it right though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because when I think about like how we say basketball, you know, you got your superstars and then you got your stars. Like they could ball out, they do what they need to do, they could carry a team, but they close to being a superstar, but they're not there yet. And that's why I think of Jalen Hurts. Like he's a star, but he's not a superstar. I
So
feel
Jalen
like
Hurts is your Tyrese Halliburton.
you said what? Is that what's on?
Your Jalen Hurts is Tyrese Halliburton.
Yeah, I think Tyrese is a star, but he's not a superstar. And I said that in the other videos. He's not a superstar to me. Tyrese is not a superstar. He's a star.
Okay. Honestly, I'll let you slide then. You got it.
I don't.
I agree.
Do you agree? It makes sense.
I can't do the Jalen.
But let's think about it though,
brother,
because
far off from them niggas.
when Patrick Mahomes won his last Super Bowl, he had way less than what Jalen Hurts had, and still won that motherfucker. That's what I'm saying though. He's able to carry. What did he do? He won the game in the last 2 minutes. You gotta think about it. You gotta look at his wide receiver core. He does not have a top. We don't. I wouldn't even say he had a top 5 wide receiver core that year when he won the Super Bowl last.
But we're going back to blaming this nigga for having.
Would you say he had a top 5? No, that's what I'm saying. Running back, he did not have. He had a decent running back. He didn't have a Saquon Barkley or a Derrick Henry or I would even say a Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard is like okay, but he didn't have that though. You know what I'm saying? He had an average offensive team and was able to carry him. That's why I put Patrick Mahomes as a superstar. Josh Allen, like you said, Josh Allen.
We know the top 4, whether we like them or not, are all superstars.
That's what I'm saying. Joe Burrow, that year that he did lead them, yes, he had.
Shit, not even that year. Last year, that nigga was killing.
That's what I'm saying. Average defense, average defense is still, even when he took them to the Super Bowl, they had an average defense. Niggas was getting made fun of. What is it? I forgot his name. That was the quarterback at the time when they played for the Apple. Nigga get made fun of on defense, bro.
You're not around here average defense like that.
To the Super Bowl, bro. Like you said, Josh Allen didn't have a tier 1 wide receiver this year. Not at all. Not at all. Offensive line was okay. It was a little bit better, but it was okay. But he didn't have a top 1 wide receiver and was still able to go toe-to-toe with Patrick Mahomes in the conference championship and do what he needs to do. Lamar Jackson, he is a tier 1 quarterback. He's able to change the dynamic of the game, but like you said, he has to do better when it comes to the playoffs. I still think he's better than Jalen Hurts at the end of the day. That's just me.
Oh, no. You pull Lamar on that Eagles team, I'm not going to lie to you, they blowing every niggas out by 40.
We're not fighting about that, but
we fighting that Brock Purdy
comparison. I get that, understand it.
We fighting that Brock Purdy battle.
I feel like when it's all said and done, yes, okay, well, I don't know. I'm going to make a bold statement.
Okay.
I feel like just individual, right? As far as stats, right? We're not talking about accomplishment because at the end of the day, I feel like Jalen Hurts is always going to have that accomplishment over Brock Purdy if he continue to have the same team or they continue to prove, you know what I'm saying, the offensive line each year and the defense. Well, not offensive line, but offense and the offensive side and the defensive side. As long as they keep adding pieces, I feel like Jalen Hurts is going to be in a conversation or in talks of going to the playoff each year. But I feel like stats-wise, I feel like Brock Purdy's stats is going to be way better than Jalen Hurts when it's all said and done, when their career is over with. That's just me personally.
So if you're starting a franchise tomorrow, you're drafting Brock Purdy before Jalen Hurts.
Yep. I would take Brock Purdy over Jalen Hurts. That's just me.
Good night, brother.
And it's okay that we have different opinions. It's okay. It's fine.
Hey, you know what?
You might not see it.
Tim, you are damn skippy. Hey, guys, I want to appreciate y'all for tuning in to the show.
But yeah, man, we kind of.
Oh my God, that's a. Hey, I mean, I'm gonna respect your opinion, but that I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna tell you that's crazy.
It is crazy, but you know, it is what it is. I mean, Everybody got their own opinion at the end of the day. I mean, we watched the same game. I mean, you just said that Jalen Hurts is replaceable.
I didn't say that.
Did you not, Jamar?
I did.
Yes.
But
Put
I'm
Brock Purdy in that system. I'm pretty sure Brock Purdy is going to win the Super Bowl. Can you put my thing is, can you put Jalen Hurts?
hold on, pause.
Can you put Jalen Hurts in Brock Purdy's situation?
Hold on. Brock Purdy was in that situation.
He was and didn't win.
And he lost. He had a top tier running back.
He didn't have a top tier wide receiver core.
Yes, he did. Debo Samuels.
Hold on,
wait. He had a top 3 tight end. He had Debo Samuels, Brandon Ayuk,
Christian McCaffrey.
That's a top 3. His offensive line was ranked top 5. His defense was a top 3 defense. He was in the same scenario the Eagles were. The game looked totally different. That could be because of coaching and all that. I'll take that into consideration. But he was in the position, and he flopped.
He didn't flop.
He lost.
He didn't flop.
He lost.
He lost, yes, but he didn't flop.
You're right. He didn't flop, brother. He didn't flop. Yeah, you're right. He didn't flop. He has all of this on his
defense, bro. They was winning. Brock Purdy and them was up against the Chiefs. They were winning when they up like 2 scores.
Brother, everybody was struggling to score the game.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you.
But you know who was struggling to
score what? 40 points?
Offense.
The Eagles scored like 40. They scored like 20 something.
When they went to the Super Bowl that year and they was playing before the Chiefs ended up coming back, they was up 2 scores. So let's not act like Brock Purdy wasn't doing his job.
The Eagles went up. The Eagles went up like 6 scores, bro.
You said what?
I said the Eagles went up 6 scores. So
obviously he wasn't doing his job.
But the thing is, the Chiefs didn't have the same defense that they had last year when they won the Super Bowl, though.
Moving the goalpost. Okay.
I'm not moving the goalpost.
Their defense was arguably the same.
Their defense was better.
Wait, last year?
No, when they played. They were equal teams.
Who?
You saying the Chiefs was way better than the 49ers?
I'm
no. He said the Chiefs' defense was way better
when they won it that year.
When they won versus this year when they played the Eagles.
Why? How?
Because the only player they lost was L'Jarius Sneed, and he had pretty bad numbers. That's why they were willing to let him go. Them young bulls put up stats this year.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Regardless, they had L'Jarius Sneed and they had Sherman Duncan.
They don't let goddamn Eagles run and just destroy them down and run down their throat. I couldn't tell.
Well, no, I'm not gonna lie.
They won the championship 2 years ago.
I'm not gonna lie.
Jalen Hurts
run game, running game.
A+.
Jalen Hurts won that for them because they had 2 dual threat options in the run game. Either the running back was fucking you up with Jalen Hurts or Saquon's fuck you up. Brock Purdy had that option. Couldn't do it. He can't do it with his feet like Jalen Hurts can. So they both were in the same. They both had the same opportunity. One loss.
I guess we didn't watch the same game. Like I said, they literally was up 2 scores. Y'all like it was Brock Purdy's fault, but they lost that motherfucker. Why the defense couldn't hold Patrick Mahomes, which I believe right now. Patrick Mahomes, I'm saying it too. Patrick Mahomes gonna be the greatest QB ever when it's all said and done. Goddamn it!
Probably not. Tom did some crazy.
I'm not gonna lie to you. So I'll say,
let's do the last thing because I don't want to hold y'all up. I know y'all got important stuff to do. Y'all got a family to take care of.
I'm gonna say for me, the way Pat Mahomes is performing, if he can stay consistent until he's like 35, 36, to me he'll be the GOAT. Only because that nigga first off, that nigga Tom Brady went from Randy Moss to Rob Gronkowski. He's had the number 1 threats on offense with him for a while always having a really good offensive line.
He had a murderer in his locker room.
Antonio Brown in his prime.
He did. But I'm saying, that's the thing with me. Tom Brady was smart. And that's the only reason why Tom Brady's the GOAT. Tom Brady was smart and was like, hey, I'm going to take pay cuts, and I want y'all to get me players. The problem with Pat Mahomes is he did what every young nigga does. He cashed out, and now he's feeling that whenever he's getting rushed by 4 niggas, and they in his face in 2.6 seconds.
Because the league gonna keep getting more money.
No,
He's
I get that. I'm not saying I'm not saying he begged for it, but I'm saying like as a quarterback, I know y'all want me in this franchise clearly because y'all offered me $500 million over 10 years. Personally, I'm gonna be like, hey, I appreciate that, but I need y'all to give me players. So I'm willing to take the 30 million, take that extra 20 million and go get me another receiver, go get me another offensive, keep my offensive left guard that's made it to the Pro Bowl instead of letting him go. That's what I'm saying. I'm already gonna be paid. I need y'all niggas to take care of me. Because if Pat Mahomes keeps taking hits and has to keep moving around like the way he does, Pat Mahomes not gonna make it to 35, brother. Yes, he's doing phenomenal shit, but he's not gonna make it to 35 unless he has the protection and he has the offensive threats that he needs to keep doing what he's doing.
Unnecessary hits.
He's taking a lot of them.
Gonna be just like Tua taking them.
That's what I'm saying, bro. When you look at his Super Bowl losses, it's because his offensive line could not stop the pressure, and he literally had to create behind the line of scrimmage, or it was over. And even then, it wasn't enough for him to create back there. He's having to do too much back there.
That is true. Especially when I don't have
the Super Bowls he won, quick outs, banking on it, throwing the deep ball whenever it's necessary. He couldn't do that against the Eagles, bro.
Do we also credit Andy Reid for scheming?
No, yep. Andy. Oh yeah. I thought you said, do you credit him for Andy? No. Andy Reid's the dog. That's why he got Super Bowls before he came to the Chiefs. Andy Reid don't scheme shit. But I'll say last Super Bowl, Andy Reid put his foot in his mouth because he was not scheming shit up.
He couldn't. But that damn defensive line was in.
Well, the problem is he's not doing his fucking job in the offseason. Going to get the players to help Pat Mahomes. That's your fault, Andy Reid. That's you and the GM. Y'all need to figure something out to keep Pat Mahomes safe and able to do what Pat Mahomes thrives at. Y'all haven't been doing that.
I do think we are starting to see a lot of these owners. They're starting to really try to penny pinch. You know, we seen it with the Bengals big time. The Cowboys do it all the time. They don't even want to spin.
They wait till the last minute.
Yeah, and they're like, "Oh, our team is good enough," and then they start seeing that they still got a mediocre or they got a below average team, and they're like, then they start going through all these coaches.
Well, no, all right. So be realistic.
Right.
The reason is, bro, look at it from a realistic perspective. Look at it. The GMs have been getting bit in the ass because they don't set the cap. The cap is set by the NFL.
Yeah.
So you have to work. You have to work within the cap. All these players want their money. Niggas get paid, get hurt, and ain't willing to negotiate that contract so that the team can still survive. So as a GM, yes,
you have to penny. You can't do though.
You have to penny pinch, bro. Because if you spend all your money like the Cowboys, we got so much cap wrapped up in Dak Prescott, and he hasn't played a full season in forever. And he hasn't had a winning season in the last 2-3 seasons where we've made it to the playoffs and did anything. But we're making him the highest paid quarterback. All of our salary is. That's what I'm saying. All of our salary cap is in.
Think about it. Who are you gonna replace him with?
I'm saying it's not about replacing. It's not about replacing.
But you have
to pay him. Replacing.
If you don't pay him, somebody else can pay him, and then you're gonna have a really sub quarterback, or you're gonna have to draft one who's not gonna.
Then let him go. Then let him go.
But then you're hurting your team more. You're pushing your development back further.
Bro, we don't know that. We thought we were pushing our development back when we started Dak Prescott over Tony Romo.
No, Tony had a better season than
everybody thought the 49ers was fucked whenever Brock Purdy started, but he ended up being a decent system quarterback. You don't know. Give me somebody else in that position. If you don't want to fit this team's model and you don't want to help us pay players so that you can continue to look like a good quarterback or a good linebacker or a good corner, and you want to take all the goddamn money, fuck you. DeMarcus Lawrence is a prime example. That man was taking $40 million, $30 million, $30 million contracts for the last 4 or 5 years and ain't did shit with it.
So that's like you're gonna rebuild every 3 to 4 years.
Because most teams are doing it anyway.
No, that
doesn't make sense though, Jordan. You gotta think about it. That's like the same thing with Houston when they traded away Deshaun Watson and drafted C.J. Stroud. And you know how they was talking bad about C.J. Stroud in the before
they said he's not gonna do shit.
Right when he came out though, CJ still had David Mills. He was playing for a little bit before CJ started.
Bro, look at Washington Commanders, bro. Jaden McDaniels turned the whole team around. You don't know what's gonna happen.
But they've been sucking for a few seasons now.
I feel that, but yeah. I
they're losing money by keep restarting because then fans don't want to come see them suck, and then you're losing money that way. So you might as well just pay the niggas that are doing something for you.
There's only small amounts of teams that lose money from losing seasons because the Browns still have the biggest fan base,
They do.
Oh, wow.
and
Cleveland ain't got
them
shit.
niggas ain't won a playoff game in God knows how long.
Cleveland ain't got nothing. I go there and then
Still Baker Mayfield, right?
they should have
But I'm
stuck with
saying,
Baker.
but I'm saying they're the prime time. Like they've lost a shit ton of games. They've been doing terrible. Still have the biggest fan base in the NFL. Losing seasons don't determine that. But what I will not do is keep paying niggas who ain't doing their goddamn job or who don't want to fit the system, bro.
This is my last thing saying. I think Dallas are waiting to pay Parson because they want to make him the highest paid defensive player ever. So they're waiting for TJ Watt to see what he gonna do, and I think that's when they're gonna sign Parson to his big deal.
They're tripping.
My
Because
thing
You
is,
know,
hold on.
after
My
LeBron's
problem.
career just got, I'm not paying nobody nothing.
My problem.
The defense side that.
My problem with the Cowboys is that Micah Parsons already said he's willing to take $20 million a year. I don't care about making him the highest paid. I'm gonna give him that $20 million and I'm gonna go do what he's asking you to do. Go get him some fucking help. Michael Parsons said it. He said, I will take a $10 million hit. I don't need $30 million a year. Give me the 18 to 20 million a year. Take that other 10 to 12 million, go give me some help.
You crazy. You gonna pay me 55? And you think I'm gonna take 20 for another nigga?
No. I'm talking about the GM's holding out on that. Michael Parsons set the deal. He said, I will take 20 million. After that, I'm accepting. I said, Micah, you said you want that. I'm willing to give you that. Let's go get you some help.
I'm gonna get out my face. Go run some drills.
We know how Dallas is when it comes to paying their players. Like, you know, they was timid on paying Ezekiel and stuff like that, which we know how the way that turned out and stuff like that. So you don't think in Parson defense that he should just go on and get the bag now and then take the pay cut later on in his career? Because what if he takes the pay cut now and then they don't want to pay him later on when it's time to renegotiate?
Exactly.
He
putting his body on the line for the Cowboys, and he takes 20 million now. They're like, "Oh yeah, we'll give you 50. We'll give you 50 next time your contract is up." And then he go and fuck his knee off. Now they like, "Oh, we only got 10 million for you." No, nigga,
my thing is, the thing about Jerry, if you fit the Cowboy mold, yeah, I got you. If you fit the Cowboy mold, Jerry gonna take care of you. That's why he's keeping Dak around. That's why he kept fucking Tony Romo around for so goddamn long. That's why he fucking paid DeMarcus Lawrence so much goddamn money for so long. Because them niggas fit the Cowboy mold. Zeke?
He wasn't the Cowboy. He didn't feed it.
It was with Zeke. It was tough, bro. Because another running back came in behind that offensive line and was the leading rusher for the league too. That's tough, bro. That's tough. When we literally put another running back in that position and they also led the league in rushing and had the same stats you did, that's tough. We had the best offensive line. We were letting Zeke know, hey, am I upset we didn't pay him? Yes. But at the end of the day, I understand what that financial move was. Zeke, can you take a little bit less of a pay cut, bro? Because we can literally go get somebody to fill your spot. Do it then. We did, nigga. We found somebody to take your spot.
Not long time. Pollard did not last as long as Zeke did. Pollard had one good season.
No, I'm not talking about Pollard. Before it was what's his name before Pollard? God damn, that one trash nigga, bro.
It went from Zeke to Pollard. Pollard was in the backfield with Zeke. And then Pollard, it went to Rico.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Pollard had a decent season, and then after that, he was a mid running back.
I wasn't sold on Pollard regardless. But
he really got that bag though. Tennessee.
He did. And that's the thing. Niggas are going to get bags, bro. Niggas are going to get bags, and then they have a mid-season. Now, guess what? We can't go get no help. You having a mid-season. We're fucked paying you all this cap. Now we're fucked. I'd rather underpay you, bro.
Didn't he rush over for 1,000 yards last year? I thought he did.
Oh, no. I thought he was hurt.
Bro,
I think he missed it.
The Titans couldn't throw the damn ball. So the nigga had like 40 carries a game. He didn't actually have 40 carries a game, but I'm being dramatic. But anyways, that's how I feel about it.
Well,
athletes are overpaid anyway.
I
Oh
think
my
that's it. Oh, y'all got anything else y'all want to say?
no. I ain't got nothing.
I just wanted to say before we end the episode, I think this was another great episode. Again, thank y'all for tuning in to episode 4 of Primetime AI. Like I said, we appreciate each and every one of y'all that tuned into the live, that stayed, that watched, that watched. Like I said, continue to make sure you like, share, comment. Like I said, we want to take all feedback, whether it's positive or negative, because we want to make sure that we continue to grow and
I
bring
don't
back
want to.
the best content that we can to the public. Like I said, once again, my name is TJ. You got Free on the right side, and then you got King Jr. Make sure to follow us on social media, TikTok, Kick, Instagram, really, Instagram
I want
at
that.
Primetime AI5. Uh, post daily content on there, um, whether that be what ifs, redrafts, anything in the sports world related to the NBA or the NFL. Like I said, the community is growing. Slowly but surely is getting there. Want to make sure that you, like I said, tune in. Make sure you follow so you don't miss any content that is going out. Because I'm telling you, uh, some of our content's been blowing up, and a lot of people been commenting and giving their thoughts. Like I said, the community is great. It's been good. You got those that it could be team sports, and you got those that could be a bad apple. It could be a little crazy sometimes, and I gotta step in and check them. But it's all good. It's all love at the end of the day. Um, like I said, continue to support, man. Make sure that you share this. Continue to feed the world out there, people that don't know us yet, that will know us soon. Because like I said, once we start blowing up, you don't want to be getting on the train last. Be like, yeah, I knew. No, 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 no. We want people to get on the train now because this is a great experience, a great joy to be in and talk about sports. But we'll catch y'all next time on the next episode. Peace.